One. Live. Hey, I'm back. I'm back. Welcome to Table Moments Live. I'm your host and captain, Ayman. This is the Homies podcast where we talk about anything and everything. These are live streams I do every Sunday, and where we take the same format for this type of content, just talk about anything and everything. And usually I stream on multiple platforms. This is YouTube and Twitch on this camera, and then I got my phone here on the side that you see on the edge right there. Yeah. TikTok. I had the TikTok ads, and TikTok's great for live streaming if you just want to start out because they'll push audiences to you. Just people randomly get suggested to live stream on your feed, on their feed for your page. So it's a great way to get some practice in because otherwise you're just speaking into the void unless you have a pretty big following. YouTube, not so much right now. 362, I think, subscribers. I haven't been putting much work into YouTube, honestly. Like, you got to do the long form videos, and the videos have to be good ideas. It's not enough to just like phone it in with shorts and stuff. So I've just been focusing on TikTok lately, which sizable audience there, but YouTube I think is the next thing I got to figure out. And I have some ideas, some maybe video essays, projects. It's going to be a variety show. And I think, unfortunately, the thing that's going to get people to want to subscribe on YouTube and Twitch, obviously, the live streaming stuff, you got to fuck with this or you don't. I'm not going to be like some fucking high Sinat or whatever and like try to entertain you with a bunch of OF models or something like that, or rappers or entertainers or something. This is not the place for that. Here, we just have conversations about anything and everything. They can get really deep. They can get really funny. They can be serious. It really can go anywhere, just like the podcast where we talk about anything and everything. So that's what this is about. And so that's what streaming is. At least here. And then the video part, the ideas I have. I think I've reached the point where I think I can produce a good video because I've been practicing with script writing. I think that was the one piece that I was missing. You don't need to have fancy editing skills, and obviously you need to have judgment when you're editing, but you don't need to have all these graphics, all this stuff. It really is about the story, and it's really about the idea. The idea is the most important thing. It's what people will resonate with. And the idea has to be interesting enough that people want to watch it. And I don't know, I have this theory that you can make anything interesting. I know Mr. Beast takes a different approach where it has to be this like super fantastical, stupendous type of jump buses over other buses bullshit. I don't think so. I think you can really sell any idea if you just frame it the right way. And I have certain ideas that I think are interesting, usually related to engineering or science or something. But then it can also be accessible and teach people. It's edutainment, as they say. It's education and entertainment at the same time. And I think this is where my lane might be. And unfortunately, the channel is centered around me. I would like if this grew beyond me, but right now I can't really wait for that to happen. So I'm just gonna push it by myself. To have to like whatever. So that's the idea behind the content that's going to be coming to YouTube. Also doing like some product design and stuff, just because I come up with ideas all the time. I do not have a shortage of ideas. Maybe I have a shortage of good ideas, or at least good compared, at least described by other people. I think all my ideas are good, and I think all of them can work with the right strategy. It's just I don't have, honestly, a lot of the time the skills to be able to market the shit. And marketing is the biggest deal. If you're going to do anything public facing in this world, creating product, creating content, creating software, it doesn't matter. Distribution is going to be the hardest thing for you because it doesn't matter how cool your shit is if no one knows about it. And the only way people know about it is if you can figure out a way to get it in front of people's faces. And so the first step of advertising, if you look at a bunch of advertising books and stuff, they'll tell you the first step is getting people to know who you are. That's it. It's not about the product. It's not about the efficiency that you're bringing to people. It's literally about people just knowing that you exist. That's the first step. And then there's these like levels of awareness in all this stuff. And I think this is the value of social media, which is why I continue to do it, even though it's one of those things I'm just not naturally gifted at. I've grinded through this. And even then, like the success I've had isn't anything notable. But I understand how valuable it is, so I think it's worth figuring out. and grinding through it. And hopefully anyone else who comes on the podcast, they want to promote their own stuff, they can come on the show, or we can make some videos together and give them a kickstart in that name recognition by coming on the show. And I think this is the usefulness, not just for me, but anyone who is involved with the whole idea of table moments, which I don't know. I think it's cool. Starting something from scratch sucks because it's like no one really fucks with you. But then if you show up every day and you just try, yeah, people are going to say, oh, you have to work smart, not hard. It's like, you can't work smart without working hard first. You have to put the numbers up before you can get to that point where you understand what smart actually looks like. So put in the numbers first, then you can be more strategic. At least that's the attitude I've been taking. And I think I've reached the point where I can now start working smart because I have enough ammo out there that I've tried, and I have a better understanding of how this game works. Not an expert, I would say, but definitely, let's say, junior level, definitely more experienced than the average person, and can get moderate success every now and then while still exploring things that don't relate to the easy path. So I could get into it all, but I don't think it's worthy of mentioning in this live stream. So yeah, I have some topics prepared for this week. I always prepare topics, but because of the people on TikTok and the things that they bring up, like it goes anywhere, as the podcast does. This is the whole point. It's like it's not even a Seinfeld of podcasts, is what I would say. It's not about anything and everything. It's more like it's a conversation. It's a conversation. And it doesn't have to be one of these like debate things, which you see a lot of on TikTok. It's kind of annoying. It's like, it's a cheap way of inciting emotions in people, which is a great way to grow on social media, but I don't think it's conducive for a healthier mind and mentality when all you do is just trigger people online by controversial statements like debate me on abortion or debate me on Palestine, Israel, all this bullshit, whatever. It's just like distractions, man. Let's talk about something more interesting. So I have some topics based on videos that I posted this week. First one's choices. So I posted this one today about how like every day I have this moral quandary, a choice to make about should I take this path that's easier, that lets me where I can manipulate and cheat and lie and get success much faster, which is very true on social media. It's actually rewarding. People want to be lied to. This is a video I have edited but haven't released yet where I talk about how people want to be lied to. And I basically make fun of you, the viewer, where I'm just like, you motherfuckers want to be lied to. And it's true. I can't stand it though. I see this shit on social media all the time and I like point it out, or at least when I have an opportunity and I spot it. If I can make a video about it, I will. And it turns out people defend the lies. That's the crazy part about it, isn't it? Like, people not only like to hear the lies, they'll even defend the lies. And so those are instances. I might not post it because there's a lot of inside knowledge you have to know in order for the video to make sense, but we'll see if I can work it. But basically, the choice I make every day is like choosing not to take that path, even though I could. And yeah, so you have like two angels, one good side and a bad side, basically. So that's the first video. Social media. This is another video I posted where I talk about the easiest way to grow on social media. And it turns out it's by taking other people's content, reacting to other people's content. So you don't have to come up with ideas, you don't have to come up with scripts, you don't even have to learn cameras, editing, none of that. You literally just find viral videos. And they're easy to find because they'll show up on your timeline or your For You page. So you can literally just stitch those things back to back to back. And if you have hot takes, which you don't actually have to have hot takes when you first start reacting, you can literally just make faces. And eventually you can start giving your thoughts, or if you want to practice that, you can do that by doing this enough. You'll learn, hey, here are the certain things that trigger people. Maybe you'll say things wrong on purpose because you know it's going to trigger people and they're going to leave some comments, which gives you engagement. Also, choosing the right portion of the video. Typically, the first few seconds of the viral video that you're reacting to is the thing you should use because it's a viral video. The hook worked. Don't change it. And so all this stuff. So if you just want to grow on social media, this is the easy way to do it. Find the video on TikTok or Instagram, whatever. Just do what that, if you don't care to learn how to make original content, that's what you could do. And here's the thing, I don't like making content like that. Even though I have made one where I basically reacted to it. Didn't react. I found the video on Reddit and I cut it up. It's basically explaining the other side of a DoorDash scenario. And my message was contrary, literally the opposite of the original video. So definitely within the realm of fair use. But even then, I try not to make those videos because I'm not learning how to make original content, learning how to do the hooks, learning how to keep people's attention, learning how to pacing. And then eventually I'm going to start introducing B-rolls. But like I'm learning that you can just have your face with some text and it can work if you plan the script right, or even if what you're saying off the top of your head is compelling and you choose the right parts of the video. And that's what I've accidentally learned how to do by doing literally over 1,000 of these videos. I actually did the math on this shit. It's crazy. I've actually edited over 1,000 sub 1 minute videos of my face. My face. It's crazy. And this isn't the only account I do it for. I have a business page where I talk about the social media strategies I've learned, and then also largely software. So some of the software stuff I've learned, just to get free game out there. And the audience isn't nearly as big as Table Moments, but it's getting up there, man. I'm actually catching the algorithm right now, so it's kind of cool. About 700-ish on TikTok, about 500-ish on Instagram. Not large numbers, but it's all niche content. Niche, hella niche. So that's cool that I can actually do this outside of just this variety type of medium that I have with Table Moments. I also talk about laundry machine. So that's basically, I know it's a weird one, but I basically talk about why the washing machine shakes when it gets to a certain speed, but then when it goes faster, it stops shaking. And it basically is this physical property called harmonic resonance. And I go into the explanation of that. Turns out that might be a really good hook if you're looking for something, if you're an expert in a certain field and you notice something that most people also notice but haven't asked themselves that question. If you can frame it that way, it's a really good hook. And then also come up with an interesting explanation. Because I think edutainment is, I think, in demand. People actually want to learn. I think people really do actually want to learn. This is why shows like Mythbusters and How It's Made and all that stuff have an audience. I'm not saying it's a broad audience, but it's enough of people out there who are interested in learning. And if you have niche experience in some field and you can be entertaining when you describe it, or maybe throw in some B-roll or maybe some like detailed parts of video or whatever, you can actually do something. So I would start the hook with, have you ever noticed? And then you point out something that people probably are aware of, but haven't asked themselves like why that is. So for this hook, I basically say, have you ever noticed how a washing machine shakes a lot when it gets to a certain speed, but when it goes faster, it stops shaking? Why is that? And then I go into the explanation. It's actually doing numbers right now on Instagram. Yeah, and then I talk about, and then I have a couple other videos that I posted, which one of them is like exclusive to TikTok. But anyways, let me start the stream on TikTok here. And yeah, we'll continue this conversation. Those of you watching, appreciate it. You don't have to say anything. The number here is good enough for me. One person on Twitch, shout out to you, bro. Or her. Or they. They is also a pronoun too, right? I also released a poetry book. Random. Hey everyone. Hey everyone. Hello. Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to Table Moments Live. I'm your host and Captain Ayman. This is for the replay. I know no one's joined yet. This is what I do. Man. Oh man. I don't know if I want to do another 3-hour stream. That's crazy. It's crazy that people actually watch. I'm competing with Netflix, guys. You are here because apparently this is more interesting than Netflix. That's why. Every time like I'm doing these multi-hour streams and people are here, I'm just like, yo, that's crazy. You guys are actually here for like, and then I look at the analytics and they're like people who were here for 3 hours, 2.5 hours, 2 hours. And I'm just like, yo, that's wild, bro. That's wild. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. But yeah. Man, you know, I started this streaming about a year ago, and it was speaking to nobody. It was, and you know, I just stuck with it anyways because I figured it's useful. It's useful to learn how to speak off the top of your head. So if I ever had to give a speech in front of a crowd, no worries, I could easily do it. I could just come up with whatever. There's certain things. This is, I think, the beauty of like having stories prepared, guys. If you have and then also, this is what public speakers do, by the way, like in case like the slides don't work or whatever, they have prepared stories that they can talk about that seem like they're speaking off the top of their head, but they're not. They practiced it. They even wrote it down. They found the highlights of that story. They cut out the waste of their speaking, and then got it down to this tight story that they've said probably hundreds of times in front of people. And this is something you could do in your personal life too. If you want to seem really impressive as a storyteller, come up with a story, then clean it up. Actually edit your story until it gets to you have the punchline in the right place and all that, and you can actually come off as this like really well-spoken person. And people are like, man, he has the best stories, not knowing that you've been practicing this shit for like a year. This is what people do. This shit's not by accident, guys. The real skill in public speaking is not like being able to speak well. It's making it seem effortless. That's the secret. That requires practice, and a lot of people don't get a lot of practice these days. So I think this is why live streaming is kind of cool. Hey Charlie, what's up? Jason on vacation, yo, what's good? It's pretty cool. And so, videos. The other videos I posted this week is about failure, where I talk about how a D+ on my transcript actually got me a job. A D+ on my college transcript actually got me a job. It's crazy. Obviously, I retook the course. You can't just get a D+, especially if you studied as an engineer. If you're an engineering student, you can't get a D+ on a course and then expect, especially if it's one of those required courses, you definitely have to retake it. Now, what a lot of people do in college is they get a withdrawal. So if you leave a class within, at least where I went to college, it was like 10-week courses. If you leave after like the 5th week, it's considered a withdrawal. It's a W on your transcript. It technically doesn't affect your GPA, but you still have that dub. It's weird. But then if you keep it, if you try to take the course and then you end up failing it, if you get anything less than a C-, then obviously the course doesn't count towards your degree. And so I had that happen to me. I had a D+ on an engineering course, but then I retook it and got an A, and that's the reason why I got the job, because they actually saw it on my transcript. They're like, yo, then it's it. They weren't excited. They just pointed out. I remember it was like the manager, the guy who was about to hire me, who was interviewing me, was to be my future manager. He looked at my transcript. He was like, I noticed you got a D+ here. He actually pointed it out. He's like, but then you took it again and you got an A. What's the deal with that? It's a story. And I basically explained, like, I took a class a year early. I was super excited. I overloaded on classes, and I overestimated my academic abilities. And so, but it was too late to withdraw from the class. But that story got me the job. And basically, by the end of the interview, he's like, yo, we really like you. Basically, I'm kind of desperate. I need you. So please take this job. And it was weird because when you're fresh out of college, no one gives a shit about you. You're a fresh college graduate, they treat you like garbage. But this was the one place where they're like, you know what? We really like you. So he basically just like, please work for us. And I was just like, got you, bro. And because they treated, here's the thing, I actually got another job offer, but they wanted to underpay me and they didn't want to give me the title. And when you're a new engineer, you need that title to put it on your resume and your LinkedIn and stuff. But some employers are a little stingy with that, even though it costs them nothing. That's crazy. Because like if they put you as a technician instead of engineer, that kind of it sort of sets you up for like having to work harder in the future. And so that title is important if you're a fresh college graduate. So I don't know, it's just weird. Like some employers are just kind of stupid with this stuff. And so that's what I was dealing with. And so then I found this other employer and they were like, please, we want you. We want you. And I was just like, you're the only person who's ever treated me well through this job search process. And so if you find an employer like that, it's worth working for them. Even if the pay isn't as good, or maybe if it's just like a couple thousand less. Dude, I think people focus on money too much when they're like considering job offers. They're like, oh, but this one pays like $1,500 more, or this one has slightly better benefits, or whatever. It's like, no, choose it based on the manager you're going to be reporting to, because that makes all the difference. I've never had a bad manager in my fucking life. Every boss I've had was great, and that was part of the decision process. Like, who was I going to work for? What's up, bro? Got a quick question? Go for it. I wouldn't last, bro. Too handsome. I'm not sure what you mean. If you had to be away from home 2 nights a week, but the job pays 30K more, I don't know. Like, you have to consider after taxes that 30K is probably closer to 20. And then over, let's call it 24, which is an extra $2,000 a month. So do your finances, but you got to be away from home 2 nights a week. I don't know. That's a personal decision, I think. But it is sizable enough that maybe it's worth it. But understand you are paying taxes, and what does it cost you to be away from home? Because you probably have to figure out lodging. So that comes with a cost too. And so take that out of the 24K that's remaining. And then let's say 2 nights a week, $100 a night. I don't know. You could do the math and figure out if it makes sense for you. I wish my girlfriend had your personality, to be honest. Okay. I don't know. Why would you say that publicly? And if he's your boyfriend, I don't know. Why would you? I don't know. That's kind of fucked up, Pug. No, I'm joking. Okay. Biotech sales. Oh, sales jobs. It's one of those. Sales is. Here's the thing. If it's sales and you're new to sales, sales is worth learning. And if they'll pay you to learn, go for it. If you have experience in sales, then maybe you can make a decision on whether it's worth it. Figure out but I think it really depends on the job itself. Will you actually enjoy being there? So biotech can be very lucrative, man. Like, I used to work for a pharmaceutical company, 55K versus 85K. Yeah, that's a pretty big job. Not gonna lie. Consider it. Just do the math on it. That's a pretty big jump. So it might be worth it. They said they edge to all your content and figure that went over your head. Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't know who said that. I didn't see anyone say edging, but okay. Yeah, I guess that's the thing now. This is what trolls do. They just, they tell you how much they enjoy your content in that arousal way. And I don't know, that's supposed to be an insult. You're telling me I don't know. This is kind of a compliment in a weird way. I mean, yeah, it's kind of creepy, but hey, it's still a compliment, though. Trolls these days, they compliment instead of hate. I'm cool with that. That's better than like telling you you're trash. All expenses are paid for. Company car, hotels, food on the road is all expense. Oh, that makes it much better. Yeah, now it's a much easier decision. Yeah, 2 days a week. Consider it like a weekend. Like, yeah, 2 days a week is not bad. If they're like 5 days a week, that's rough. Or if they're like 4 days a week, that's rough. 2 days a week, I think it's worth it. Lower your tone when you speak of me. Not a lot of space. Yeah, no. See, now I want to elevate my tone. Nice nose. Thank you. It's weird. I get the compliments on my nose specifically from Black women. It's crazy. I don't know why. Some people have a thing for noses. It's weird, guys. Women are so weird. What state are you? I am in Texas. I just love being home. My family is my everything. Work from home, Mondays, Fridays, weekends. Oh, see, if you didn't bring up the work from home, I would have said that would have been easy. This is now a much harder decision. The fact that you get to work from home. Oh man. Here's the thing: if the other role is work from home, if the role that you're being offered right now, biotech sales, is work from home but 2 days a week away, it could actually work because some separation is always good. Like, I think this is the one thing. Like, I get it. I like being home too. I don't have a family yet, but the plan is I will be home for from home basically. But yeah, no, I'm saying with the 85K job, I work from home Monday, Friday, 2, 3 days on the road. Oh, that's yeah. Like, work from home is great. I think that balances out because being home all the time can get a little suffocating. I think so. 2 days, 2, 3 days a week on the road, it's not too bad, and they pay for your expenses. Yeah, all right, it's an easy decision. Now it's an easy decision. Yeah, work from home is nice, especially if you have a family. I think it's worth it. But then some separation is also good too, so they're not just. I don't know. It's weird how people are sometimes. Like being around too often, people can take you for granted. So those 2 3 days can also, like what do they say? Absence makes the heart grow fonder. And yeah, you want to be there for your family all the time, but some separation, knowing that dad handles business outside of the home is also useful too. So consider that. Consider that. I see the mustache. I see a mustache right in the future. Okay, not the OG. Hey Mackenzie, what's up? No. Okay. Tupac loves Palestine and Tupac loves you. I think Tupac loves Israel as well. I'm pretty sure he had some bars, or at least his agent was Israeli, maybe. We're not going to do that here, guys. We're not going to do that. We're not going to get into this whole thing. Hi, I'm from Rockford, Illinois. Oh, nice to know, Davis, Mammy. I'm 23, not married, but plan on doing so in about 2 years. Okay. Yeah. Oh, wait, so do you have a family? Wait, I just love being home. My family's my everything. Wait, so do you have like a nuclear family, like at least a girlfriend? Well, I mean, Yassine, I'm gonna assume you're Muslim, so maybe you're looking for a wife or whatever. Before, did you guys know Muslims don't date? So maybe you're not dating. Felt like the best idea was to grind that. Yeah, definitely. You're young, 23, grind, grind, for sure, grind. And you get to work from home, but then travel every 2 days. Come on, man. All right, now it's a fucking easy decision. Get to take the job here. As long as the manager you're gonna be reporting to is cool, you're not gonna have any conflicts. Yeah, go for it. Take it. Hey Maya, how's it going? I lost my pops young, so I look out for my mom's siblings growing in the process of engaging. Okay. Yeah. Have you come up with or has she come up with, what's it called? The dowry? Damn, what's the name? Maher? Have you come up with the maher? Or has she given you the maher yet? For those of you who don't know, Muslims, before they get married, a woman gets to set her dowry, basically her price. Yeah, that's right. You buy her, basically. It's not in a weird way, okay? It's like a traditional religious thing, whatever. It's supposed to, I've heard arguments for it being like a security thing for her in the event thing doesn't work out, or just security, financial security. So yeah, that's the thing Muslims do. Is it okay if I ask you a question? Yeah, it is okay. My photographer, artist, BLM supporter. That's okay. Epileptic 20 Instagram Maya Van Art. I already took it, bro. Just seeking advice from a smartphone. Oh, okay. Yeah, in a few years we officially married. She will get it for sure. What's her? I don't know. Can you share it? What's her price, bro? I actually posted a video where I was like, fellas, you Muslim fellas, what you could do to see if she's really there for you or the money is to put whatever her maher is in a Bitcoin wallet, but then write the passcode for that wallet on a collar that you put on a cat, and then you just offer her the cat. And if she takes the cat, it's like, oh, I love you anyways. I don't need the money. It's just like, okay, she wants it for you. It's just a funny idea, but consider that. In a few years, it will be for sure. It all depends on my income. For example, if I'm making 100K, I have no problem giving 15K. Yeah. I mean, that's fine. I'm working on animation. I was wondering if I can have you as a voice actor for it. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, DM me. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I would totally do that. Yeah, DM me. Make sure you DM me. And yeah, I'll do it. And then if you want to come on the podcast, if you want to plug it, or if you want to plug it here, let me know. But she will be my wife, and I hold her value high, so I wouldn't really be too stingy. Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, 15, I don't know. I know this is going to sound really bad to a lot of people, but fuck it. 15K is not a lot of money, guys. 10K is not a lot of money. It's not. It's crazy. I get it. Like, expenses keep a lot of people from being able to save that much money, but you'll be surprised if like what your job making 85K, like if you keep your expenses low, which I mean for me, yeah, that was the case. You stack up money so fast, it's crazy. It's crazy. You'd be like, you'll blink, and then at the end of the year, you're like, whoa, where did all this cash come from? It's like it's from your job, and when you can save over 50% of your take-home pay with a well-paying job, yeah, it kind of changes your idea of money too, because like, oh, people are. You also watch Mr. Beast videos. Once you save like over 10 grand in just your bank account, you start watching these Mr. Beast videos. And you're like, you just gave him $1,000. That's not really that much money, you know. But that takes some sort of discipline, I guess. For me, it's never been hard to like keep my expenses under check because I honestly don't want for much. And anytime I buy anything, I can find a pretty good deal for it. So I've never paid full price for pretty much anything that cost a lot of money. It's not, bro. You're right. Yeah. I'll show you character designs, and if it works out in the script, cool. Yeah. You're not in the wrong for saying that. The world is expensive. It's for my portfolio for art school. Awesome. Yeah, totally. 85K with bonus opportunities too. Yeah, biotech is lucrative, man. Total comp can exceed 105. Definitely a good opportunity for sure. Yeah. Just have to get uncomfortable and grind. Work from home is good, but if the money isn't right, I feel lazy, to be honest. Yeah. And here's the thing. I used to work from home. I used to work for a pharmaceutical company, and during the pandemic, we all transitioned to work from home. And man, for some reason, that work. It was a cool job. It paid well. Bonuses were awesome. It's basically tech startup vibes because obviously pharmaceuticals, the money's hella lucrative. And yeah, but it was killing my spirit, honestly. Just working from home, really. Which is why I think the 2 to 3 days of like actually going on site or sales calls or sales meetings and stuff is going to be good. It's a good balance, I think. Work from home full time. I think people like the idea, but in practice, yeah, it's easy to get lazy. I couldn't even edge to this. I exploded immediately. Clean up on aisle my pants. Yeah. God first. It's in it. This is funny. CJ says all that, and then in his bio, he has God first with the praying hands, the cross. That's blasphemy, bro. 42 Doug football. Sometimes I'm him. That's funny. Sometimes I'm him. My mom always told me if you have it, don't. If you want it, what do you use it for? Yeah, yeah. That's a good way to look at it. I work for Cardinal Health. Okay. All right, man. Good for you, dude. Especially 23. That's good money. Yeah, it's really good money. Good for you. And then, yeah, just use it as a learning opportunity. Learning sales is like one of those important life skills. Now, sales can mean anything. Sales can mean one-on-one. Sales can be one-to-many. Sales can mean like making content. Weirdly enough, yeah, building an audience, talking to people, even doing live streams like this. I'm not selling anything, but I mean, I feel like I could. I do have some products on TikTok Shop, but they're kind of weird. Hey, Tamara, how's it going? I think you were here last week, weren't you? I feel like you were. I feel like I know that profile picture. Thanks, bro. I appreciate it. I wanted to go to PT school, but the ROI is very tough. 3 years going downhill, unfortunately. Yeah, you know, one of the things about like job markets, if you're in school or you have to make decisions about what to study, definitely going to markets that are growing. Ones that are shrinking are tough for everybody who's in it because you have to deal with incumbents, people who are already on the job. But then at the same time, the opportunities become fewer and fewer over time. So any field that's growing is always a good opportunity, always a place you can go to. All right. Now you can just do it. You're down to earth. I'd buy quality products from you. Well, that's the thing. I come up with weird products. Like one thing was a clear wallet. And it's not clear because I think the clear part is important. It's just a thermoplastic, basically something that can be fused. And so like I like a thin wallet. I like to carry it in my front pocket instead of my back pocket. I actually recently found a material that I can make these wallets, more premium material. I just have to do the R&D for that. I like working with my hands and it's something I use and I figured I'd give people an opportunity to buy it as well. that's coming soon. So look forward to that. But I mean, like, I think this might be the future of the creator economy, like actually making things yourself. At least that's a huge hole that people always do these affiliate stuff, but I think there's an opportunity if people make their own thing. So you cut out all the middlemen and you can give your audience something at a pretty decent value if you know how to make it yourself. And my background's in engineering, so and I actually know how to make stuff. Emphasis on quality, yeah. That's the thing. The clear wallet doesn't look like it's quality, but it does serve the purpose. So that's the problem with that. Although the videos actually got hella likes, 800,000 views on that video I put together, and then on a follow-up video, 500,000 views with over 100,000 likes combined. It's crazy. So there's definitely a market out here, I think. Facts, bro. I didn't want to be passionate about a career that has me swimming in debt. Yeah, that's true. Here's the thing. I think a lot of people, I don't know. I wish more people gave that some consideration. Like when I went to school, I decided I was not going to get into debt. And I was at that process, senior year of high school, applying to all these schools. And I told myself, I'm not going to any of these universities if I can't get some way to pay for it. I'm not going to get into debt with this. This was back in 2008. Okay. Now people are realizing it, but even back then I knew it wasn't worth getting into debt over it. And so there was one school that offered, they give you a financial breakdown. Like, all right, here are all the grants we'll offer you, and then here's the shortfall. Here's what we expect you to need for the school year. And I looked at their budget and I'm like, I don't eat out like that. I don't do recreation like that. I don't have all these other expenses. So just based on the need-based aid that I qualified for, it was going to pay for tuition and books, and then food or lodging in this case. It covered all three. And that's all I needed. I was going to go bare bones in the shit, and it was enough. And so that's what paid my way through school, basically. So no debt, which is, I think, put me in a much better financial position than most people. And realize, like, debt limits you, because then you're kind of desperate. You're like looking for jobs and stuff because you need to start making those payments. For me, I didn't have that problem. So I could take my time with things. That's like, though, yeah. Can you make a product that will make her look at me like she used to? Yeah. It's called a fitness program. That's what it's going to take. No, even better. Like, it'll make you look better than you used to. I actually thought about that, weirdly enough. Like, I walk a lot. I walk 3 to 5 miles a day. And you'd be surprised how easy the weight drops off of your body when even you do something as low impact as walking. Especially like once you do it more and more, you can start incorporating like a weighted vest, which will increase the metabolic activity of that stuff. Then eating enough protein, pushing some weight, you'd be surprised she'll look at you better than she used to. And then you might start thinking, should I still stick with her? You're like, I got more options now. I don't know. It's up to you. Gotta grind regardless. Yep. I have a question. Go for it, Oprah. Go for it. For real, bro. Not only would PT school cost me over 140K. What? Yo, that's crazy. I would have to figure out living expenses too. That's crazy. At that point, logic to be passionate at all. Here's the thing: your female counterpart wouldn't even think about it that way. They would still go. So I think this is like the thing people aren't talking about. Like a lot of women are being scammed into getting all these degrees and education that they might not have a future of paying off the debt that comes with it, which is unfortunate. Doc, I have a question about my health. Do I look like a doctor? I'm not the person that asked, but okay. Is that a G2 pilot pen? It's a G2 pilot. Holy shit. You know your pens, bro. Yes, it is. They're pretty good pens, man. Wow, 140K. That is a crazy amount for physical therapy. Is that what that is? PT? Facts, bro. A huge reason is because I don't want my wife to feel broke. Yeah, that's the thing. You are deep in the red when you graduate college with a bunch of debt. It sucks, man. It sucks. And here's the thing. They expect you to make this decision when you're 18. For a lot of people, they're like, hey, this will pay off. And this is the stupid thing about it. They sell you on this like people with a college degree make $1 million over their lifetime, blah, 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 whatever. That's not fucking true anymore. College degree, honestly, doesn't do anything but other than screen you, let you get past HR. And then you start realizing it's like, wait, so people get into tens of thousands of dollars, possibly hundreds of thousands of dollars just to get past the HR department. And then it turns out to actually get hired, you either have to know somebody, which is probably the easiest and most efficient way to get a job, or you have to be very technical and you have to be able to sell yourself, which a lot of people out of college don't know how to do, which I didn't know how to do when I graduated. So it's just like, man, it's like the world is trying to slowly screw you and you're walking that path, especially when you're young and you don't know much, they take advantage. I can smell the Marlboro Reds through my screen. I don't smoke, but okay. I thought 20K to be an accountant was a lot. That is a lot for an accountant. That's crazy. They need to teach financial literacy in high school. Nah, I mean, here's the thing. High school, like, it makes you a good worker, though. You have to understand school isn't about education. It's not about success. It's about being compliant. Like, you realize a lot of school is just daycare for older children. High school is a fucking waste of time for me, and I'm sure for a lot of other students too. And the only thing that came out of high school that was useful was my computer tech class where they taught me how to type. Outside of that, it was all bullshit. 4 years of wasted time, which is why I started taking college classes while I was in high school, because I realized, like, yeah, I can actually start preparing myself for the things that I'm going to learn later. So the engineering classes. So I took a bunch of math classes as prereqs that basically let me enter university as a junior or as a sophomore. But financial literacy is like, that would defeat the purpose of school, which is to make compliant people. And then if you realize that's the objective, to make people, because what do? They put you in these fucking desks, they have you sit there for close to 8 hours a day, almost like a working shift, following orders, doing exactly what they tell you to do. It's made to turn people into robots, and then also as daycare, because otherwise, what else are they going to do other than work if people want to work? So the incentives aren't there for them to teach financial literacy. But yeah, it would be useful, but it would go against the whole point of school. I'm at zero debt right now, thank God. Just got into biotech sales. I'm really in a great position. Yeah, you are in a far greater position than most of your peers. Understand, your peers are going to be, they might have that nice job, they'll get the nice apartment, they'll get the nice. Here's the thing: beware of lifestyle. Okay, this happens to everybody who starts either their first job or they get a huge pay bump. So this might happen to you. You get used to the kind of lifestyle that you can afford at 85K when you should be living like you're only making 30K because you're young. And I think you have an eye for the future. So this might not happen to you, but also be wary that this is a trap. It's easy to like, oh, I can have that nice car. I can afford that nicer thing. Maybe I should get that Lexus instead of that Toyota. Even though it's a cooler flex, not gonna lie, but it does cost you. And if you have an eye for the future, then maybe you hold back a little bit. Unless it's for sales. Sales is a role where image and perception matters a lot. So if you're gonna be showing up to like a vendor that you have to sell, then yeah, the car fucking matters. Does it need to be the nicest fucking Beamer? Probably not. But then you can also find deals on this stuff. So consider stacking cash just as a sort of safety that gives you options in the future. I just overthink a lot. Maybe it's because I lost my dad young and I've been trying to answer my questions. But either way, I got this. Cool. Only thing is my mortgage, but the equity makes it a good debt. Yeah. Housing is different. Also, I'm African and come from the Sahara Desert. As long as the electricity works and hot water, I'm good. Yeah, dude. Just gotta make sure the wife can have some nice things. Yeah, women do have a higher standard for their lifestyle, for sure. I remember when I started my first job as an engineer, I could afford my own apartment, I could afford a nice car, whatever. I chose not to. I chose to rent a room in a house with 3 other guys. And then I also bought a 2005 Dodge Neon for $3,000, and I wanted to build my credit, so I got a auto loan on that. But which the monthly payment was like $100 a month, like it's something stupid. And obviously, I could have just paid it off because I had the cash. but I wanted to build credit. And then after like a year, it was a 2-year auto loan. I was like, you know what? I hate paying monthly payments. So then I just paid the rest of it off. I fucking hate bills, guys. I hate that fucking monthly shit. So whenever I have an opportunity to pay everything like in the full year, I do it. So like my auto, I pay it full year. And it turns out they give you huge discounts for that. They give you huge discounts for paying a year in advance. So that's what I do. Now, if my apartment let me do that, I would totally do that. Just like, here's like all the money. Please don't fucking ask me to remember to pay the bill every fucking month. I'm good. I have the cash in the bank. And this is the beauty of having that stack, some cheddar in your bank account where you just like, you can make moves like that. Or like if you find an opportunity, a really good deal on a car, like that's how I bought my car on Craigslist actually. And I have some sort of mechanical aptitude, so I know what to look for. And I found the opportunity, and within fucking 2 days, I closed the deal, and I could pay cash up front, $6,800, I think it was, for a car that if I bought it from a used car dealership would cost $12,000. And yeah, it was just a guy who bought a car that just didn't really fit his lifestyle anymore, and he switched to a truck. It was a Hyundai Bluster. And I was like, that's exactly what I was looking for. Stick shift. I wanted a manual car. So it's like you can move differently in this world. Even here's another thing. Let's say you stack a bunch of cheddar and you're good. You have options. In fact, you can even all the things people say you need. If you decide to take a year off, you can do that because you have enough money. And you'd be like, oh, but what about like being able to qualify for an apartment and all this? It's like, nah, dude. As long as you have 10K, you need 10 times the monthly payment in your bank account for them to consider you qualified for that apartment. And so like, you don't even need a fucking job if you have enough money in the bank. And I'm just thinking like, yo, this is how rich people move. They don't fuck with like all the fucking rules everybody else has to. They can just be like, can I just pay you up front? I'm good for the money and I can be good because I got it. Let me just fucking give it to you. And they're like, oh yeah, totally. Oh, can I get an annual discount? Yep, they'll do it. Like so many times, man. It's awesome having some money in the bank. You don't have to have a lot either. Let's see. Sam. Okay, very smart. A good woman makes you work hard and you should want to reward her for sure. As a man, motivation can be tough. We have a lot on our shoulders. Yeah. I also have a 2019 Corolla. This job gave me a new car for work, so I gave her mine. Nice. I would have felt so selfish had I turned down for comfort, like work-life balance. Maybe because I'm 23, that shouldn't be my focus yet. Yeah. Hey doc, I've been having pains in my chest, almost passing out. I don't want to pay for a real life doctor. WebMD might be really good for you. I can't give you any advice on that, Oprah, but okay. John Jones, perhaps, but I don't think I look like John Jones. No, I think what's his height and weight? John Jones, height and weight. I think I might be, he's 6'4", 250 pounds. Okay, I'm an inch shorter and about the same weight actually, so I can see that. That's a good one, DC. Anyways, bro, appreciate the advice, man. Take care, bro. You too, Yassine. It's like a tight feeling. That sucks. Where am I from? Originally from California. I live in Texas now. America, if you're not familiar with those. Here's the thing. I've noticed, like, there are people internationally, right? There are people who watch this stuff who are overseas. So I don't know where you are. Where are you from? You guys got any questions? Or because I have some topics prepared for this, but I like to let the conversation go wherever. You're from Florida. Isn't it kind of late there? It's like 11:11, I think. Yeah. Chicago. Oh, Chicago's nice, man. Is it the nice part or south side? Like the Loop is nice. I spent a lot of time in Chicago this summer. It's very nice. Yeah, but I got pains in my chest all day, so it's hard. Yeah. I don't know if there's other doctors on here, but definitely I know it sucks sometimes having to go get checked out, but maybe it's worth it. It's probably worth it. And maybe they have some clinics around you. I'm not a doctor. People think I don't know why people think I look like a doctor. Is it the glasses? I'm not a doctor, sorry. You love Chicago? Yeah, Chicago's nice. Have you had Pequots? So yeah, I had to order a box, a pizza. For those of you who don't know, that's deep dish pizza that was featured in the show The Bear. Oops, yeah, it's okay. It's weird though. I didn't know doctors had a look, and apparently I have it. It's kind of cool, I guess. Should I? I feel like I could just put on a lab coat and come on live and start. You know how there's those Walmart guy who does the pretending like he's checking out, and then now there's a Target version of that guy. Maybe I could do the doctor version. I'm like, not a real doctor, but I'll give you medical advice anyways, and I'll just like type answers into WebMD. Like, okay, pain in your chest, huh? It could be cancer or lupus. That would be hilarious. Come on, man. It's also be kind of dangerous because I know I would get the live pan for sure. It's like, oh, you're giving bad medical advice. You're hurting people. It's like, you can't make a joke about the medical profession or like the medical version of The Office. I think that'd be hilarious too. No, that's Scrubs. Never mind. That's Scrubs. So I think that would be hilarious. So maybe next week I'll just put a prompt here. I'm not a doctor, but I look like one. So ask me your medical questions. And then yeah, people can ask me whatever, and I can just give them bullshit. And it basically just be riffing on people. It's like, oh, what's your issue? Feet pain. Huh. Have you been doing any content online related to that stuff? Maybe you should take a week. There's an Arabic version of The Office? Interesting. Is it as funny? Because I can't imagine a lot of people going, what the all that. That's like, is there a Michael? Is there an Arab Michael? What would that look like? Man, that would be funny. But yeah, I wonder that. I gotta check that out. You know what? I'm gonna look that up. Arab version of The Office. That's funny. Al Maktab, it's called. It's a Saudi remake of The Office. Is a mockumentary that follows the day-to-day ongoings of a diverse group of employees led by a quirky manager Malik. They call him Malik. Malik Al Twafi, as they face tedious challenges of mundane office life. That's funny. That's so funny. Thank you for. Oh, and they're wearing jalabias at work. That's funny. I'm definitely gonna check this out. I hope they have like an English translation. I don't know Arabic, but definitely. That's funny. Thank you for that. What's your name? I don't know. Muslim housewife. Hey, what was your motto when you got married? Delusional Girl HQ. Oh, Malik. Yeah, Malik's hilarious name. Yeah, it's also a good name. Malik's a good name for a boy. I think it's kind of like regal-ish, if you know what I mean. Bro, what's your top 3 horror films of all time? I don't really have. I'm not really a fan of the horror genre, but Get Out is probably up there. Just from because I think what's his name, the director Peele. I don't think he understood what the message of the movie was, but it's kind of hilarious that he made a movie basically saying don't trust white liberals. Basically the movie he made. So and he also and basically the movie, the summary or the main point of the movie is like don't trust them and they will use you to push their agendas. That's basically what it is. But it's like a more physical manifestation of what they do in reality. Get Out was so creepy. Yeah, but that's the point. It's a horror film. I think it's a horror film or it would be classified as that. Nowadays, movies aren't just strictly like one genre. A lot of movies these days combine different genres together, and that's how modern movies are made these days. Non-existent, my username is a manifestation. Okay, cool. Okay. But yeah, what homie made that movie and then married a white liberal. Yeah, that's a funny thing. Like artists, creatives don't understand the message of their creation sometimes. They don't. It's like if you make content or if you ever try to produce art or something, you realize like it's like sort of this divine connection with the universe, as Pharrell would describe it, or God. Some people say, if you're religious, it could be God, but it's like you're inspired by something higher than you, and then you go create it in the real world. Which is why when you hear these creatives talk about why they did whatever, they'll tell you some bullshit, but they don't even know until you really look into it, and it's just like, whoa, there's so many more layers that they don't even know. But sometimes just art needs to be created, and they're channeled through people. And so that's the idea. It's not something I understood originally because I used to be a very highly technical person. Working as an engineer, I really disregarded the creative realm. But now that I started making content and stuff, it's like, or making music or whatever, I'm just like, yo, how did I make that? And it's just because I was channeling something. And when you have that connection, go make stuff, because there's no guarantees it stays with you. So yeah, that's basically what he did. He made a movie about not trusting white liberals and how they will use you to push their agenda or their message. And you can see it by the white characters are all like, and then they just wear them. They culturally appropriate, or they basically use their bodies to sell their message and live. So that's what they did. But it's funny, yeah, he did marry a white liberal. So that's how I'm just like, these people don't even know what they're making, which is fine. They made the work, and it's a good movie. Now, if you see the other movies he made, it's not as good, because that one, he had something. He had that spark. And her brother ran a website called I Have Black Friends. Hey, bro, what's your top 3 cuisines of all time? I mean, right now, man, I don't know. Like, I can always list the basics, but right now I've been eating a lot of turkey burgers. I don't know if it was this top 3 of all times, but it's definitely like, man, if you need protein and you want to clean up your diet, turkey burgers with 99% lean, yo, you can have as much of it as you want, and it tastes good. It's good for you, and you can have as much of it as you want because the macros are too good. So, like, and then going to the gym, it makes it so worth it. Like, I'm leaning, and also my numbers in the gym are going up. So I'm really liking it. And it took me a while to find the right food for me, but turkey burgers are it. But beef is lean too, no? Yeah, it depends. Like, I've only seen beef as lean as 96%, at least accessible at your average grocery store. But turkey, you can find it at 99% lean, which basically is like no fat in there, which is great when you're cooking it because you don't have all those juices run out, which I always hate. Again, the cleanup is the worst. And so the less fat there is, the easier it's clean. Turkey burgers are just so sad, in my opinion. Only reason I'd go near is because of macros. Here's the thing. They look sad when they come out of the meat tube because it's all very pinkish. But you have to season it right. What I do is I crack it. Here's the thing. The reason why I chose turkey burgers is because it's something I can make quickly, 1. 2, also the cleanup is easy. So I actually mix everything in the pan that I'll be cooking it in, because I hate washing dishes. That's the worst part about cooking. I'm not a cook. Like, I hate cooking because of the cleanup. So I figured out this way of making turkey burgers that basically means I just wash 1 pan and 1 spatula. And so, yeah, you just got to put an egg. You got to season it with salt, pepper. Parsley works really well if you just want basic seasoning. What I've recently been doing is adding a packet of taco seasoning into that flavor. It needs flavor, obviously, because it has no fat. But, and then you put that with, like, you can put a thin slice of pepper jack. You can use any buns, and the macros are still good because there's so much protein in that lean beef, in that lean turkey. But if you want to go high protein buns, you could do that. But for me, it's not even worth it. I like the taste of carbs. So that's what I do. And it's been working out. It's been working out for me. So I don't know. I like beef burgers more. Yeah. Meal with the low fat cheese on that, John, and barbecue sauce. Yeah, you could do. And that's the cool thing about lean turkey. You can vary it however you want. If you want to go Tex-Mex, you can do that. You can go barbecue. You can go Italian if you want, by just adding like mozzarella cheese on it and maybe like some tomato sauce or whatever. You can vary it however you want. The meat itself isn't bringing a lot of the flavor. It is bringing a lot of the volume and the heaviness, the protein, and then the flavor that requires seasoning for sure. I'm just out here eating lamb, thanks, and praying to God I don't get obese. Good luck, especially if you're Arab. oh man, like Arab girls, they start off looking real good, and then as they get older, that weight packs on hella fast. Good luck. um, Ooh, that sounds fire. Dude, it's such a good burger. It's so versatile too. What's the hair balding recipe? Lots of testosterone. That's what I would say. For me, it's natural. Some people dope it. I want to kiss that bean, bro. I'm not sure what bean you're referring to, but okay. I swear, bro. What? No, it's true. Like, I think Latina girls also have this problem. It's like they start off, curves in all the right places, and then as the age gets older, Here's the thing: it's because they're so used to the metabolism when they're young, and I think this happens to men too, where you're so used to the fast metabolism, so you just eat whatever you want, but then so you never learn to like eat well and understanding like there's certain things you just cannot have in the kitchen because it's a lot. I heard someone say this on a podcast. It's a lot easier to say no once when you're in the aisle of a grocery store than saying no every time you pass the cupboard. So it's better to not have it there in the first place because you're going to snack on that shit. It's about making substitutions, not cutting. For certain things, like you have your vices when it comes to food. For me, I know, like I can't have any like pastries. That's a no-go. Now I can have ice cream. I have these high-protein ice creams from Target, favorite day. Fucking amazing. Flavors are good. Protein, at least some protein in there. It's good. And so it's like working with yourself and knowing where you fall. I think the secret. Arab girls can't live on shawarma past 25. Yeah. All people are like that. Yeah, all people are like that. Latina girls from Cali past 25 start looking like they're from Texas. Yeah. You ain't lying, bro. Yeah. It happens to white men real bad too. Bodies look so good when they were younger and it gets bad. Yeah. The drinking does not help. They get that pot belly for sure. They get that pot belly. And here's the thing, it happens to all of us. And just like when you get older, you have to make a decision. Like there's just you can't live like you used to. And it sucks. Some people have the blessing. I call it a blessing of just being naturally thin, like, or not even that. I don't think they're naturally thin. I think they don't have the same cravings like the rest of us. Like the food we have in the supermarket is designed to be addictive. It's designed to be as delicious as possible. If you go down most aisles in a grocery store that aren't like utensils or other household goods, it's mostly going to be crap. And you can count it. It's only like maybe 10, 15% of aisles of like whole food. The rest of it's all prepackaged, processed, sugar, salts, and fats, designed to be as delicious as possible, which is naturally, at least according to, at least based on human biology, very addictive. So like that's what you're fighting against. That's what you're fighting against. So, and when you're young, now people who are naturally thin, I think they're just not as susceptible to those cravings and that addiction, sort of like the addiction that happens with a lot of processed foods. And so they're naturally thin because they don't have cravings like the rest of us. They don't succumb to those things because it's not in their biology. And that's what my theory behind it. It's not that they're naturally thin, or they just don't eat as much of it because they don't want it as bad, because they're not as addicted to it as the rest of us, because they're not susceptible to those things. You just have to learn to make better choices and exercise. Yeah. It's all fun and games until you see the polo shirt wearing Arab men with the baby bellies. Yeah, Arab men, man. Yeah, I don't know what it is with white people and drinking this stuff for a while. Have you? I've been tipsy before. I can see the appeal behind it. I don't understand drinking beer though. Beer doesn't taste that good although Heineken is really good with like some like fatty food. It's a good pairing as far as flavor, but to drink beer on a regular basis, I don't really get that. I don't understand that at all. I feel like a lot of people in America also have food addictions because of abuse, mental health. That's also possible, yeah. Psychological issues are the reason why that they cope with food. And I think, man, if people could solve those things, if first they have to recognize that that's the thing in their life, and then they have to figure out a way to solve it, and then they can tackle on everything else. To be honest, you're not wrong. I gained 70 pounds over COVID and lost it all this year. Yeah, that's sedentary lifestyle. Yo, I was fit like before COVID. I was running 3 miles a day on a treadmill though. Going to the gym nearly every day. I was eating salads every day. It was all at work, and then all of a sudden, all the shit shut down and gained a bunch of weight. Now, whatever. It's crazy. Yeah, but good for you. 70 pounds, nice. But you're still eating the lamb chops or shanks. Thoughts on Puff Daddy? I don't really have thoughts. I know people want to like speculate on it. OJ, nice to see you here though. What are your thoughts though? Do you think all the accusations are real? I'm a by default innocent until proven guilty, and I don't know. They haven't really proven me guilty until he's convicted. So that's my opinion on the Puff Daddy or P Diddy thing. Oh, bro, I think it's because of all the dairy. I don't know. Dairy, I don't. It's weird that we drink cow milk, but even I like creamer. Like it's great in coffee, so maybe moderate amount. Uh, but it could be dairy. I mean, yeah. What do they say? Like if you look into carbs, fats, proteins, and alcohol, it turns out alcohol is the most easily burned by the body, or at least used by the body. It's basically ethanol that gets easily converted into energy. And so if you consume alcohol, that's the first thing that gets burned. But because it's burning that, it halts the burning of other things like fats, proteins, and carbs. So when you do drink alcohol, you are slowing down your weight loss journey thing, whatever. And then fat is easily converted into body fat. So because it's basically the same composition. So as far as conversion, so there's this conversion rate of like how the body can take something and convert it into body fat. And so fat is one of those where the conversion rate is really high. Carbohydrates less so, and then protein is obviously the amino acids in protein is what composes the muscles. So you need that for like muscle recovery and stuff. Who is we? I drink oat milk. Oat milk. I don't know. Oat milk is a low word. You got the GAT now. I'm not sure what that means. The GAT. I don't know. What do you mean GAT? Is that an S? I don't know. I was eating whole plates of mandi with yogurt at 5:30. Think I'll be skinny forever. I don't know what any of that is, but it sounds delicious. With yogurt, sour cream is a better complement to a lot of this like Middle Eastern type food. Like my family's East African. We have something where it's like this stew, very spicy stew, which they often eat with yogurt. But sour cream is a better complement to it. The GAT is TikTok term for chunk in the chunk. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I have to get now. I think I'm a big guy. That's the thing. Like it'd be funny, like if we actually did this boxing match, Jose. Like I am probably 2 or 3 weight classes above you, bro. No, probably 4 or 5 weight classes above you, bro. Like it'd be comically hilarious us boxing each other. You'd be like, Mandi is delicious. It's a Yemeni rice and meat dish. Oh, okay. I'm gonna send you an invite to a live. You should join. Here. You're doing a live right now? Is that what's happening? Here. Okay. Later on. Okay. Yeah. I mean, if I'm still up, I'm gonna try. These lives have been really long. Okay. Yeah. Try to join. But yeah, be careful what you eat. Learn. This is the thing. People want to talk about like financial literacy in school. It's like, how about nutrition literacy? Like, guys, you realize for most of you going to school when you're young and you're fit, all this food where you're eating the Cheetos and Takis every lunch, and you guys go to In-N-Out or fast food restaurant every night. That's going to catch up with you. You're going to build a habit. Obviously, it's not going to catch up with you in the moment. You'll just get used to eating that so that it makes regular food taste bland. And then it's going to catch up with you when you continue those habits into adulthood. You and Aunt Jemima have the same body type. That's funny. You got jokes though. You and who's someone? There's someone I'm thinking of, but you know what? I'm not going to tell you right now. I'm not going to. Although, man, I think it would be hilarious if boxing match between us. It would be fucking hilarious. You're really hilarious. Hey, Scorpio, how's it going? We're talking about food, and apparently there's a Arab version of The Office too, which I have to watch. That Aunt Jemima got him off his guard. Aunt Jemima got canceled, don't you know? So people don't even know what that is anymore. Isn't that crazy? They canceled a brand figure because it's like, oh, you're appropriating a black woman, a black Mima to push rice. She got canceled. She got canceled. Jemima new load. Oh no, it's syrup, right? She's a syrup one. Aunt Jemima finally has a new name with okay. The new logo's red, white, yellow matches. Oh, it's syrup. Yeah, it's syrup. Oh man, they canceled the black woman, guys. I just got back from Disney World. Oh, okay. I saw someone I went to high school on Tinder. The profile said he was uncircumcised. Okay. That's a weird thing to share in a dating profile, but I don't know. Does it matter? Here's the thing. I think guys think it matters, which if she's really into you, she'll get into it too. That's the thing about ladies, man. If they really like you, they will learn to like everything about you, including things they never thought they would like before. So just know that. I think if guys knew that, they wouldn't be so hung up on like all the insecurities that some men seem to have. I was there out for a week. Oh, it matters? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Unless he's religious. But like, even then, I don't think religious girls matter. Thoughts on dudes with big butts? I think it's unnatural. It's not unnatural, dude. What's thoughts on girls? Actually, like weirdly enough, I've gotten compliments on my. Yeah, it's weird. Not that he did anything with it. It's just like, oh, I like looking at it. I was just like, what? Guys, apparently a lot of guys out here have flat asses, just flat out here washboards, just nothing going on, no junk, and so like they need belts to hold it up. I don't need a belt. You think it's unnatural? Maybe it is, but women seem to like it, dude. It's weird. I think they like the images of things. Girls are a bit freaky sometimes, you know what I mean? But you think it's unnatural, so. But yeah, no, man, it's fine. uh, yeah, so circumcision. Oh, here's the thing. I can't talk about it. We got the live ban last week, or a few months ago. We can't talk about it. So stay away from that topic about the thing Muslims and Jewish people do to their baby boys, which if you think about it, it's kind of like bad motive. You know what I mean? Also, I think it's not you, Buffy the Body. You and Buffy the Body have the same body. Who's Buffy the Body? Is that some New York shit, bro? I'm not gonna regret looking this up. She's 5'7". Buffy the She's 5'7", bro. This is really white hips though. How do you sit in an airplane? That's crazy. I don't understand. That's weird. I feel like you gotta buy 2 tickets if you're gonna. That's a lot. That's a lot, bro. But it's also hilarious. uh, but yeah, I think some women appreciate some body on a dude. So yeah, this is what it is. Not that it matters, honestly. Like, here's the thing. I think guys get a little too insecure about certain things. They're like, oh, my jaw's got to be a certain way. I got to be like, my muscles got to look a certain way, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, you got to be fit to a certain extent, but like whatever things that you have about your body that are a little weird or abnormal. Like, I have widow's peak. You can't see it because I'm bald, but like when I had hair, like I remember growing up with like all my friends or whatever, they're all like in the black culture kind of thing, even though we're all East Africans basically. And they're like cutting their widow's peak because it looked weird. I'm just like, we have the genes of Vegeta and you're cutting it off? That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. But people do it because it's not mainstream. People are so focused on being like everybody else. They don't realize that their difference is what sets them apart, that makes them unique and more interesting. So It's just a shame that this happens to guys too, because women also have this thing about them as well. They want to be like others. No, bro, you out here dragging a wagon. Could be any point. Any point. I don't know what that is. What? Any point, a small point located on the south side of Pennsylvania. I don't know what that is, too. I'm not sure what that is. It's apparently the location. So, yeah, don't worry if you're insecure about your body. Like, obviously, there are certain things you can do about it, but things that you can't really control, learn to accept it. Like the hair thing, I'm not worried about it. Like, it's part of me. It's who I am. It's even when I had hair, I shaved it up. Oh, any point hair. It's called widow's peak, but the point hair. Let's see. It wasn't that extreme. It's just a small little like. Just, that's it, and then it goes down. That's it. That's definitely like more Vegeta than I've ever seen. I didn't know it was a real thing, but huh, okay. That's interesting haircut. That's definitely great. You can definitely lean into that vampire look, and I think there would be goth girls would be totally into that. Get like your canines shaved a little bit, and then lean up a little. Maybe wear black. You could really lean into the vampire look. You'd be like, what kind of girls are into some weird shit, guys? No, it's at a point in the hood. Oh, see, in the hood. It's just widow's peak. Yeah, it's a widow's peak. That's what it is. I have a hilarious story about Eddie Point. Okay. I also have other recessive genes, like hitchhiker's thumb. People think this is weird. I don't think it's that weird. I've had this my whole life. Like, yeah. People are like, ugh. Like, what are you talking about? It's just a thumb. It's not that weird. Whatever. I guess most people don't have thumbs that can do that, but recessive genes, yeah, they come from the Horn of Africa. That's where my genes come from. Apparently, it's very unique, very, very unique. Me and my boy were at the barbershop waiting to get a cut. Some black dude was getting a cut. Oh no. They actually gave him the haircut where they actually like, man, that's crazy. I know guys are getting into like that whole, you know how women have weaves and wigs and stuff? Guys are getting into that stuff too. He got this Eddie Point lined up and me and my homeboy couldn't stop laughing. Come on, man. If he likes it, he likes it. Like, what's the deal? It's fine. I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know. That's the thing, like, your hair is your hair. And your style is your style. You know that laugh that you just can't control? Yeah, I know that laugh. And, oh, you were 13, of course. I mean, you still laugh like that. Seem like you have the same amount of maturity as you would when you were 13. So, seems consistent for Jose. Hey, Christopher, how's it going? At East Point, I never heard that. That's fine. Bro, everyone at the shop knew we were laughing at. Ah, come on. You can't do that. Why? If you're going to laugh in his face, that's fucked up. That's hella fucked up. Like, what's he going to do about it, though? You can't undo a cut. That's true. I was still laughing. Exactly. You seem like a 13-year-old boy. You look like one, too. Got him. You would look like a 13-year-old boy next to me with like facial hair. It'd be weird. People would be hella confused. Hella confused. Why we're blocking each other. So, I'm sorry. It's what it is. Yeah, that's funny. We really got to get this. I wonder. I'm going to be on the East Coast in January, so maybe now it got me. Huh. Let me think about it a little bit. Let's see if we can make some. I don't know. I haven't been training, so maybe I should do some training. But maybe I could just do it. You know? Maybe I could just bring it in the ring. See my question? No, your question might have been filtered. That happens sometimes on TikTok. The edgy question. You look like a rat video chick. No, I don't, dude. That's the horrible one. I'm gonna rate that joke a 3 out of 10. This is something we used to do on the podcast too, where we rate each other's jokes, and yours is definitely a 3 out. That one's a 3 out of 10 for sure. Uh, like, yeah. You tried though. I appreciate the effort. That's why you get 3. Oh, man. All right. What do you guys have on your mind though? I have a few topics written down. I guess should I take a poll right now? Did P Diddy do it or not? Man, some of the accusations coming out of this thing is just like, I don't know. Here's the thing. I heard someone say you should never believe anything written about a celebrity ever because it's never true. It literally is never true. There's a book I read, How to Trust Me Online: Confessions of a Media Manipulator, and he talks about this whole blog process and how the blogs work and how they will just publish things regardless of whether or not it's true. And now, like, obviously, this is a legal briefing, so people give it more credibility because it was officially filed in court or whatever. But even then, people make shit up all the time. Not that I care one way or the other. I don't really listen to his music, and I don't really give a fuck about artists, musicians, or anything like that. At least the ones who are mainstream in Hollywood. But like, I'm gonna default innocent until proven guilty. That's always been my attitude. But you'd be surprised, like, how a lot of people don't really fuck with that kind of energy. Most people are like, any accusations, that's automatic guilt. All right. You talk to your average woman, they won't like to admit it, but they don't believe in innocent until proven guilty, like most men do. And the reason why the men do, oh, look at you here already, like tarnishing the guy before he even. You look like you were victimized by Puff. And he definitely did it. Come on, man. Really? That's all it takes, some accusations. Like, it's funny. Innocent until proven guilty is a nice idea that most people don't actually believe. And you notice when you have conversations with people, you're like, wait, but he hasn't actually been convicted yet, so he's technically innocent. I was a juror, by the way, in a quadruple homicide, if you can believe it. I was a juror, if you guys want details. But yeah, yo, it's crazy the judgments juries will make against people without beyond a reasonable doubt is not a thing people can, I think, understand, like, what that means, because people were so ready to hit that guilty on this quadruple homicide. This guy accused of it definitely did it. Where there's smoke, there might be a cigarette. Where there's smoke, there is no fire. Oftentimes, because all they got is smoke. If they had fire, they would show the fire. See, that's the thing. Like, in the realm of like Hollywood and pop culture and stuff like that, if it were true, they would show you. If they had the evidence, you would see it. But you never do. But the accusations seem to be enough for people to like tar and feather a person, which is why it's just like, that's why innocent until proven guilty was the idea. But people don't really give a shit about that anymore. And then you find like people who think they do don't. But you notice like, and here's the thing: it disproportionately affects men, particularly because obviously there's this whole idea in the law. I can't say it, otherwise we get the live ban. But it's a pass that women seem to enjoy when it comes to criminal law, where they can get away with things that their male counterpart can't. Or at least get very, very light sentences. And it's called pass, if you know what it means. It starts with a P also. It's fucking true, man. It's crazy. It's just like, oh. And you start realizing people's values really come down to whether or not it personally affects them. And so the reason why a lot of people out here, particularly women, don't really hold that innocent until proven. In practice, they'll say they do. They'll believe they do, but in practice, when it comes to like accusations like this, where they default believe whatever accusations, it's like innocent until proven guilty is not an idea they hold. And the reason why is because it's not something they can personally imagine happening to them. Now, most guys, you can imagine being falsely accused of something, which is why guys are more sensitive when it comes to this type of stuff. And they're like, yeah, but let's wait till the evidence comes out. And I'm not going to make any judgments, whatever. And so that's what they do, right? And then, but it turns out women who end up having like a male family member or maybe their son who gets involved and caught up in the whole legal system, they can have sympathy because now it's personal for them. And so it turns out like people's value systems honestly come down to self-interest. And you're like, okay, so your values are just selfish for a lot of people. It is what it is. He did it, bro. She has the evidence. She was suing for 30 million and he settled a day after she filed the suit for 50. I don't know. Like the settlement. What is this color? Do you fence? No, it's an old. I got it on discount, man. I thought it came with a hood when I ordered it, but it was just fucking collar. So, but I figured I'd wear it anyways because I had the AC on. But I think I could look like a fence. People thought I was a doctor, so it's a thing. Nice to see you here, DB, though. Seriously, we need to adjust that collar. That collar looks extremely layered. It is extremely layered. It even comes with a drawstring, which I hate because it's not even functional. It's literally sewn in the back, so you can't even like. It's stupid. When I ordered it online, I thought it came with a hood. I like hoods because obviously I have a bald head and sometimes it can get cold. But yeah, I'm flexing. I got a little. Is this stylish? Is this what the kids are wearing these days? I feel like an Arabian Night or something. I just need a magic carpet. It's cool because I can. The cool thing is functional. I can actually hide the microphone so people aren't asking me a bunch of questions about what's that square thing? Are you diabetic? Which is always what people ask. It was on clearance for a reason. I don't know. I mean, everything on their website was on clearance, but yeah, I don't know. Let's see. What do you have? I know you like wearing those Cuban shirts, so maybe you shouldn't be talking, bro. Maybe you shouldn't be talking, but yeah, it's a cool collar, huh? With the drawstring that doesn't work. Here's what it is. Hey, Jackie, how's it going? New Hampshire, live free or die. I fall asleep to non-yelling, annoying lives. I think yeah, I might be annoying. Thanks and sorry, I'm probably asleep. Well, okay. Hey, Coach, tell Michelle, how's it going? What are you coach for? Fortune 100 executive coach. What does an executive coach do? 3-time author. Yes, please. No, thanks. Okay. Yeah. So executive coach. Interesting. Pants. Pants. What do you mean pants? Do you like wearing Cuban pants? Is that what you mean? Um, like, I've been thinking about making my own clothes. Honestly, real talk. Because I have that wallet I'm selling. I've been experimenting with different materials, and I've been going to Joann's Fabrics. And, the amount of stuff you can make, like so many fabrics, it's like I will do. See, now I have to, and I'll make a shirt just for you, Jose, or maybe like boxing trunks or something, and then you could sponsor it, and then I'll just put uh, La Mesa de Momento on the thing, so it's a table moment sponsorship thing. Yeah, I'll make on the back. I'll say "junk in the trunk," and then you could do it in your amateur boxing matches. Just wear that shit. Well, I help executives get to the C-suite and thrive in leveraging positive psych and neuroscience. Okay, cool. Especially if you're going to pull inspiration from this shirt. Yeah, like maybe I'll make it out of neoprene, that kind of material that scuba suits are made out of. You can buy that at a fabric store. It's crazy. Like the number of options, and plus I have a laser cutter, so I'm gonna go. Yeah, that would be hilarious. Let me look into it. The patterns for shorts. And then I'll put like branding on there or whatever, and then we'll get you back up to like getting your audience back again. Looks like the shirt isn't finished. Yeah, it's weird that the seam is so low. I don't know why they did it like that, but like they gave up when they got to the hood. Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand it. I live next to you. Okay, Miley. You do. What zip code am I in? Some more Palestine stuff. Okay. I just got hired for a government job after 2 years of no work. I'll never forget those who dissed. You know what's funny? Like when you're unemployed, the looks of contempt people give you, you know? Like when you're searching for a job. I remember this fresh out of college. I was looking for a job and there weren't a lot of mechanical engineering jobs available, at least not in California where I was. And people look down on me. They actually do. It's crazy, man. I'm just like, you could easily be in this position too. And so it's just like people get really weird about that shit. I'm out, done roasting you for the day. Okay. Matt Carpenter, congratulations. Yeah, congratulations, Matt. Should have opened with that. But yeah, like when you're unemployed, like people, I don't know, for some reason have very little sympathy. It's weird. When you have all these job opportunities, everyone wants to help you. When you're successful, when you're winning, everyone comes to help you. They're like, oh, man, you're just a fucking winner. Everyone wants to be around the winner. But when you're taking L's, no one wants to fuck with you, even though that's when you need people to fuck with you the most. And so people are so fucked up that way. I don't understand it. I don't get it. People are just messed up, man. It's weird. It looks like they used the brim part of a bucket hat as a color for your shirt. Not gonna lie, it's a really good observation for sure. They did. But yeah, people are weird. People are very weird. And doing all this social media stuff, I've learned a lot about how people think and what people react to. And it turns out they don't like being told they're shitty people. I mean, so much of my content is just telling people like, you suck. Stop sucking. Looks itchy. It's not itchy actually. It's actually very comfortable. Are you looking for your next gig? No, I'm not. No. Do I look like I could be a C-suite executive? What role would you find for me? What role could I do at a company? I wonder, could I be I could be a diversity and inclusion officer, right? That would be hilarious because they wouldn't understand that. Yeah, I think that'd be funny. Do people react to that shirt? I don't wear it a lot. It's now winter, so I'll wear it when it's cold out. I need to know more. Don't. Why not? That would be fun. I just tell people like, hey, stop being bad white people. That's all it is, right? Can you wear that to work? Some companies that can. Maybe some. I don't know. That is a career ender. Is it really being a diversity and inclusion officer? Here's the thing. I am too edgy for most companies. I know I don't look it. I'm wearing the glasses. People think I look like a fucking doctor or whatever. It's weird. I know, Jose. I don't see it either, but they do. Yep, no career path. Yeah. I mean, it's a payday. That's the way I see it. It's like you just need a role here. You need someone in this position who looks the part, so they have to be a person of color, right? It's crazy that this is true, but they have to be a person of color, and it's someone who can be public facing, who can speak well, who can present well, and then also give the company some credibility, like they're doing something about this race stuff, and then maybe show up at Afrotech or something, show your face every now and then representing the company. It's really a position of show. So why not? It's like, yeah, maybe you don't turn it into a long career, but if you just need a payday, you're in the C-suite just like that. So I think it's a fast way to get up there. It's not sustainable, but for a lot of people, it's good enough. Now that shirt is a career ender, possibly. And when you really want to do the work, they don't want that. Yeah, exactly. It's all just for show. Which, I mean, I feel like a lot of roles at companies are often this. And I'm just like, I don't know. Like I used to be what they call the continuous improvement engineer, basically business operations, going into different parts of the business and using Lean and Six Sigma concepts that were fostered and pushed by Toyota, but basically in a company. And that's what I did. But then you realize like people don't actually want to change. And you're just like, what's the point of doing all this work if people aren't actually interested in being more efficient, lowering the bottom line or improving the bottom line stuff? Because I was working for a pharmaceutical company and the profit margins on the drugs we were producing was insane. So any productivity gains literally did not affect the bottom line because the profit margins are just stupidly high. So it's like trying to convince people to improve their job and be more efficient with their time. And then it was pointless. And when you really want to, I learned what your gift is, bro. What's my gift? It's mostly for optics, yeah. you can do more for diversity and inclusion within the business. Yeah, I think it comes down to hiring. So definitely, if you want more impact on diversity, join the hiring department. That's what I would say. It's like you can find those people after, whatever. You are able to speak consistently for long periods of time and keep it interesting. Yeah, I can. And especially in corporations, you have to be able to bullshit for long periods of time. I saw a lot of people do it, and I did it myself in fucking meetings. If you just have to talk, you can come up with some bullshit. And it's just like, but that's the thing I hated about it. Because it's like no one's actually doing anything real. At least a lot of people. I knew the people who actually produced the drugs, who actually had impact on them on delivery of product. Those are the people who are actually having tangible results in the real world that affect the business. The rest of us were just either there because of legal reasons, for paperwork, or whatever, or this idea that we can help improve. But a lot of the times, the people we were trying to help were not interested in actually doing the work to improve because there was really no incentive. Like, how do you tell a company that's making money hand over fist to improve their production by 5%? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because they make so much money per unit, per vial of drug. But you get pigeonholed, yeah. That's your dragging wagon. That's that, and your dragging wagon. I hear you. Yeah, it is what it is. But it's cool. You're your coach. I mean, it's kind of a flex if you just say I'm an officer at a company. It's a cool flex. So I came up with this idea. Like, I think I talked about this on the podcast where I was just like, this could be a great way for people to get high-paying positions at companies. Just like you hire these people, these Black people who can do this, who can be that public-facing person. Obviously, you sort of have to look the part too. So maybe someone more on the attractive side, definitely Black or at least a person of color. And then you can place them in these positions and just for the optics. And that's all they need because publicly, for some reason, we feel like companies have to do this shit. And everybody at the company knows it's only for show. And even the person being hired could know it's for show, but it fulfills the thing. And it's a win-win for everybody. So I think that would be interesting. If someone specialized in that, that'd be great. Oh, you did that. I did it for AT&T, D&I Corp Communications. So yeah, exactly. If you have any of those roles, I have so much shit out here that's controversial. There's no way anybody would be, unless they're an edgy company. But most companies play it safe, and so that's the problem. But I would do that just for the story. I don't need the money. I would just do it for the story. I'd be like, yeah, I was a diversity and inclusion officer at some company. And then everyone who knows me would immediately get the joke. So it's an expiration date, yeah. So anyone who would accept a role like that, I think, should have plans of like either figuring out something on their own or going into some other field. And this could be just a way to seed that project or something. I think that's what it is. As far as like growth at companies, I mean, if you're made for it, that's great. But I don't think I have that in me. So that's what I would say. So if anybody who is a person of color who has some experience in the business world, looking to be a C-suite executive, reach out to Coach Michelle and give her a follow too. If she's helping people get into jobs, good for her. And possibly good for you if you, so check your stuff out, guys. Yeah, welcome. I think I have what it takes. Yeah, so what about my boy here, Jose? He's Argentinian, okay, and I think he has a pretty good personality. Yeah, I'm working on it, bro. As far as he does content too, so he knows communications. He does live streams and he can entertain people. And he also has that Hispanic. So this is good. Like the population is becoming more, at least the Hispanic population is growing. I believe he can speak Spanish, so you don't have to worry about that. He can actually make messaging specifically for a Hispanic audience if you're looking to target, if companies are looking to target that kind of employee base. I think Jose would be really good. Have an associate's from a local community college. That should be good enough, right? So Jose, or you can make things up, right? Like what's the background check that people do for these jobs? Like, because I have a theory that as long as they fit the role, like we just got to get you in a suit, bro. We got to get you in a suit. You have the face for it. I think you have the perfect face to be a diversity inclusion officer. You have that like kind of face, you know. It's perfect. We'll clean you up a little bit, and also maybe them banning your original account might actually be good for you because now they can't. There's no evidence of all the stuff that you said online. You saw your TikTok about faking it until you make it. Yeah, you look good, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. It's like so Delta. Yeah. That'd be funny. Like, yeah, so definitely DM Jose here if you're looking for someone, a male Hispanic. And then we can also come up with a backstory for the guy. What should we say? He has experience in Argentina and he speaks Spanish and he's worked with inner city kids in New York and community building. And so he has a lot of experience and stuff like that. He also does content. It'd be fun. Nice to meet you. Yeah, exactly. International relations. Yeah, exactly. He has a lot of experience with the Caucasian queens. He has a lot of experience with a lot of Caucasians from Nambia. You know, he's very lots of experience with that kind of stuff. Yeah, you can't say it like that though, bro. You have to be a little. You got to work on the messaging. You got to, as I call him. Yeah, which is perfect for corporate, by the way. It's great. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you got to clean it up. So we'll come up with a resume. I would actually put a resume together for you, bro. Yeah, we can use ChatGPT to clean it up and everything. And yeah, get this guy into a C-suite role, and you just do your thing, man. Talk about the Hispanic, because you were great on the podcast too. So I feel like you got the perfect thing for messaging. If you don't mind that kind of role, you do have to kind of show up and show your face, and yeah, whenever you pronounce any name in Hispanic, you got to be with the accent, you know, like when you talk about, yeah, I'd be roasting everyone at the meeting. So, but if you're entertaining, I think that could work in your favor, though. That'd be hilarious. You'd be like, all right, nice to see all these Nubian white queens in the meeting. It's nice to have, and that, or maybe you can say it in Spanish, like, mejores blancos de Nubia. I don't know. The Nubia. That'd be hilarious. Come on, man. Nubian Blanca Arenas. Yes, exactly. Let's say you say queen in Spanish. Nice. Arenas. Cool. That'd be hilarious, man. You gotta do it, man. And if you let me make a YouTube video off of this, even better. It'd be like, all right, we got my boy here into becoming a C-suite executive. Shout out to Coach L Michelle for making it happen. She can help you get into these roles too. She's a great coach, and working with her, put together a resume. And we got this, my boy here in corporate. That'd be dope. That'd be such a cool video to make. I think it would go viral too because you have the money. You have the money element. You also have the race element. So I think as far as content is concerned, it would do really well. And then we can post on your channel too, and then get you run your numbers up. I think that'd be cool. Good ideas, man. But execution is the hardest part. That's the one thing people think ideas are everything. Ideas ain't shit. It's about execution, and execution is the hard part. Actually figuring things out, pulling it off. Do you think the pursuit of happiness story could happen in this day and age? Ooh, I like that. Maybe we can do a whole backstory related to that. But so rags to riches kind of thing. I think it's possible. I think it still happens. It's just there was this one guy who tried to do it, but he was economically successful and then decided to go homeless and try to become a millionaire again, just based on he still had his resources or whatever, but he just did not have access to them. and he got into sales, basically trying to make that happen. He got sick during the process, not from like living on the streets, but it was a lot of stress because he was having some family issues at the time. But yeah, it is possible if you know how to get there. But that's the thing, like The Pursuit of Happiness story. I never read the book. I only watched the video or the movie. But it'd be interesting to read the book and see if it's as accurate. But if it's anything like the movie, it's really fucking hard because you need to know things. And the easiest way, I think, for rags to riches is to get into sales. Because actually developing something new is hard. It's hard. So you have to learn how to sell people. So you have to be charismatic or something, some gift like that. So if the guy in the movie, he seemed like a really personable guy. At least that's the impression. So that's not something you could teach, okay? That's something you can learn through practice. But if you're starting from fucking zero, you have no skills, you have no personality, you don't have charisma, none of that, it's going to be a grind, man. It's going to be a grind. Which is why I'm just like, all right, there are some caveats here. You have to know certain things. But if you do have skills, if you've made money before, or you know how to design or create something, and you've done it before successfully, then that knowledge will get you back there. So rags to riches has some caveats for sure. But for some random person to be able to do it without any background or skills in making money, it's pretty tough these days. But the internet also, but then, with internet, you sort of have to have a phone. You have to, like, here's the thing. Yeah, you can definitely flip. Like, Facebook Marketplace is a great place to start flipping stuff. It's a lot of work. You have to know what you're looking for. You have to be able to look things up, see what the price is, figure out what they're selling it for, figure out if the arbitrage opportunity is worth it for you, being able to carry it. So there's one guy here on TikTok who does couch flipping, and he teaches other people how to do couch flipping, which is great because, one, it's a product people like, and two, it's a thing people try to get rid of when they move. And it's hard to get rid of because most people don't have trucks or vehicles that can accommodate a couch. So if you have a truck or you can rent a truck, it can be worth it. And then you just flip it, even if it's like for a couple hundred or 150, $200, you got the couch for basically free. And so you can make that. And so if you sell a few couches a day, now you have to deal with logistics and storage and all that stuff, which that's the business part. That's the operations part that you have to learn. And if you don't have space, then you have to rent space, and then now you're running a business. But there are smaller things that you can buy. Like, deals can be had on Facebook, and then if you can resell it and still, especially if you can resell it on some of these marketplaces online, even if they take a fee, if the arbitrage, the difference between what you're buying it for versus what you can sell it for is large enough, then it can still make sense. And so really that's where you're getting into, like, knowing things. And that's why people say knowledge is power, or in this case, money. Likability and charisma will get you further than most other skills and traits. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Like, if people like you, like, it's one of the things, good book I've read, Influence by Robert Cialdini. He talks about persuasion and all the elements of persuasion. One of the big ones is likability. When people like you, they'll listen to you. They'll even buy things from you. And charisma, yeah, that's a big deal. Which is why even just looking better, if you are more appealing in the eyes, it's easier to sell because of the halo effect. People attribute positive feelings to the way they look, and those feelings are also transferred to the things that you're saying. So you come off as more trusting, more credible because you look better. It's stupid, but it's true. And so this is why, this is why I think if you're going to get into the social media thing, or you want to do some sort of like independent lifestyle business thing, fitness is probably the best one to get into. Because one, you have to be fit yourself in order to do it. But because you're fit, you're also more attractive. So it makes it easier to sell. And it also feeds into people's basic desires, where it's like people are vain. So you're selling them a better version of themselves that looks better. People are also all about that self-preservation. They want to be healthy. They want to live longer. And part of that is health. So again, you're appealing to another thing that drives them biologically. And then you're also appealing to sex as well, because when you're healthier and you're fitter and you look better, you can get more mates. And so fitness might be the best thing to get into. It might be. Money also works really well, but that tends to just limit you towards just men. because men are more concerned about like making money and stuff. But fitness, it has broad appeal. Oh yeah, and also it has broad appeal. It applies to men and women. So that's professionally and personally. Are you contributing at least 10% to a 401k or Roth IRA? All right, used to. Not now though. You know anything about the giver versus taker effect? Is that the one reciprocity that was talked about in the book, where if you give even a small token that costs you nothing, because you gave something, people have this desire or this innate need to reciprocate, to give it back as well. Which in the book, they were talking about this instance of monks in the airport who would give these like flowers to people. It's like, oh, peace to you, and hand people flowers, even if they didn't want it, and people would obviously take it. And then a few meters down, when that person walked by another monk who's asking for a donation, and because they're associated as the same group, people would often just give a few change here or there or whatever. And then once the person gave the money, they'd walk a few paces, and then when they're around the corner, they would throw the flowers in the trash can, right? Because they didn't really want the flower in the first place. But because they received one, they felt they had to give something in return. Now, what these monks would do, they would go to the trash can, knowing that people had thrown them away, take them, and then re-give them to people. And so it was a hustle, bro. It was a fucking hustle. But yeah, if that's what you're talking about, giver versus taker. When was the last time you had a Butterfinger? Think about it. Years. No, not years. Probably maybe earlier this year. It's been a while, man. Butterfingers are kind of good, but they get stuck in your teeth, which is weird. I don't know if it'd be interesting if they like made a Reese's cup, except instead of peanut butter, it was Butterfinger flavor. That would be interesting. That'd be actually really cool. And it was a soft, like the same texture as a peanut butter cup, but it was just a Butterfinger cup. That might be a new thing. That makes so much sense. If you see people who aren't that smart, but they're generally nice and do things for others, they tend to do well in life over time. Yeah. Is the government hiding Butterfingers from us? I don't think so. But thank you for this idea, because like I'm thinking about this video idea where I talk about how Reese's cups are actually made. People think it's like this. They take a wafer of peanut butter, the thing that's inside the peanut butter cup, they freeze it, and then they dip it in chocolate, which is not how. At least I read this excerpt where they explain that's not how they're made. And if you think about it, it wouldn't make sense, because as soon as they put a layer of chocolate on it, it would have uneven hardening on the peanut butter cup. And so what they actually do is the peanut butter cup actually has a lot of like complex starches in it, which isn't that sweet. But they add this it's called an enzyme, basically, that breaks down the complex starches into simple sugars, which gives it the sweetness and softens it up. So originally it comes as this like hard puck that they can then cover in chocolate evenly without worrying about the chocolate settling or hardening unevenly. And then because they have the enzyme in there, it converts the starches into sugars, which then turns it into this soft, sweet peanut butter cup. Now, what if you took the filling that they use in Butterfingers and did the same thing? I think that'd be interesting. And then maybe I can make a Butterfinger cup. That'd be cool. Things for others, they tend to do well in life. Yeah. Can you do a TikTok on how to build glutes? I don't. It'd be hilarious to do, but I don't know if I can be an authority on it. Just because I have glutes doesn't mean I can teach other people on how to get it. I didn't know Reese's had that much science to it. Here's the thing. I read this in high school. I searched the internet trying to find exactly how they do it. And I couldn't confirm it. So I think I'm just going to have to experiment myself. I actually have some of the insight here. There's an idea I came up with like a couple months ago. Never got around to making it yet. But yeah, there's a lot of complex science. There's things you can do to like manipulate. And then I'm also thinking like you can take the same approach with like fondant. If you don't know what that is, it's like how they get wedding cakes to look like these perfect sculptures with the smooth surface and everything. It's basically this like sort of edible Play-Doh. That's what fondant is. But apparently it tastes awful. So what I was thinking is, what if you could do this, use the same enzyme to soften it? So you have the working time. It's basically like Play-Doh. You can wrap the cake. You can make it look all nice, but because it has the enzyme in it, it converts it into simple sugars and makes it taste better over time. But then also So you get the look, and then over time it converts itself into something that's actually delicious. I think that'd be interesting. And then I don't know how these are complex ideas. It's just like, how do you frame this so that it has broad appeal, so I can make a video about it. But science can be interesting. And so this is a new, consider this, Jose, if you have things that you know about to build your audience, edutainment, educating and entertaining people at the same time. And I think things like that work if you're into that kind of stuff. Can I use the do-rag if I'm not black? Of course you can. I'm pretty sure Eminem did it. Call it glutes. Glutes. Male glutes. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. Any ladies in here? Let's see. Are there any women here? Yeah. Ladies in here. Do you care about a guy's butt if he has a curvaceous, if he has a gat? Is that a thing maybe you want to see on a dude, or do you guys like it flat? Or maybe you just don't care. Put it in the comments just quickly, real quick. I know a lot of you guys just like listening, but if you have an opinion on it, ladies, because this is the thing, a lot of men just care about whether or not women are into it, which I think is stupid, by the way. Like, do whatever you want to do, fellas, and if she's into it, then she's into it. Or, like I said before, like when a girl really likes you, she'll like everything about you. And so don't trip about whatever things you have. Yo, what's up, Rico? Everyone wants glutes. I don't know about that. I don't know, a guy with a junk. It makes it harder to find pants for sure that fit well. Because usually, like, I don't know, like, yeah, it makes it harder. Especially when you're like, I don't know, it's weird. The proportions have to be sort of off the rack at least, which maybe this is something a lot of men should consider, like getting things tailored, even things as simple as like jeans or pants or khakis. Like, it's worth getting tailored, I think. And people think it's like an expensive thing. It's probably like $10 a garment or something. Yes, it does make it harder to find pants for sure. Yeah. Especially if your proportions are like way off. Like if you're tall but lean, it's definitely going to be hard to find something that's long enough off the rack that isn't just going to look like a fucking parachute. Or if you're short and stout, then it's going to be hard to find things that are like wide enough without it being too long. And so, like, men, we have these like apparel issues too, but I think it is harder for women with pants because they are way more shapely and varied in that realm. I think more men are in the gym working on glutes and doing squats. Here's the thing. Here's the thing, Jose, you brought this up too about like it's weird with guys. Here's the thing. I think a lot of guys are getting into the leg stuff, and you can see it in the way they're like they're changing their attire. Because now, if you see on TikTok, a lot of guys are selling, or at least fitness people are selling short shorts. Like, this is in now. It's in fashion to have shorts that are like significantly above your knees. Which, like, back in the day, that was not a thing guys did. Like the NBA, they moved away from that originally, and now it's coming to the fitness world. Because like, I guess if you put all this work in like getting the striations in your leg muscles, then you want to show it off. But I don't know. It seems a little feminine for me, though. You know, they make more electricity pants for women. Electricity pants. I'm not sure what that is. Is that the one like parachute pants? Glutes and thighs are the muscles with the most androgynous receptors in the body. Okay. Doesn't mean you have to show it off, though. Yep. Okay, so you care about a dude having curves. Okay. Very true. Very true. I don't know. I mean, it's not something I've ever been lacking, so I don't even know. But I just think it's weird, the fashion trends that are becoming, I don't know. You know what? I also have a video related to clothing. I actually ordered some clothes from Shein or Shen. Apparently that's how you pronounce it, Shen. But apparently they ship it directly from China, which is why it takes forever. But perhaps I was thinking like this could be, if you guys are into clothes or whatever, it's a good resource to at least prototype if you want to get into clothing or designing your own stuff. You can just order, instead of worrying about samples and stuff from like major manufacturers and from Alibaba or AliExpress or whatever, just go to Shein. They have fucking everything, man. Obviously, you can't trust the pictures because I don't know. They're really good at like these fake pictures that they have for clothing and stuff. And then I thought it would be hilarious because I have these old basketball shorts that I use that I've had since high school that I still use when I go to the gym. I was like, maybe I can upgrade these a little bit. So I found some like sort of casual shorts on Shein. I don't know what they're gonna look like. They could be too small, or they could be too big. I went for the looser kind of lower. I don't like the fucking short stuff. At least when I'm working out. But we'll see. We'll see if the clothing works. I'm definitely gonna recommend. I'm probably gonna put together a video telling guys on TikTok and social media that hey, Shein isn't just for girls. They have male stuff too. It's a hit and a miss, but if you're looking to getting into product design and you want to make your own clothing, this could be a really easy way to try out a bunch of stuff to see what you like. Chinese dudes got it made. They can mass produce anything they want. Yeah, that's true. It basically comes out of like one region or something. It's crazy. They have done studies on the top 5 muscle groups that are most attractive to females. Top 2 were obliques and glutes. I don't know. Glutes. So women out here staring at dudes' asses. You think that's what's happening? It's like, I don't know. Obliques. Yeah, but you can't see it when the guy has a shirt on. Asking you, girls will give you weird ass answers. Like I said, girls seem to be into whatever the guy that they're attracted to is. You notice that how taste can change depending on the guy that they're with. Like if they really, really like the guy, turns out they're into that weird thing about him. They like his nose, they like his forearms, like weird shit I've heard. Now, as a whole, I can't say I'm not a girl and I don't have conversations with women like that on a numbers basis, but personally, like, yeah, I guess it could be true. They do. You just fucking with me. I don't know, man. Like, why would he functionally, evolutionarily speaking, why would it make sense for a girl to be attracted to a guy's ass? Obliques, I can understand leanness, like women being attracted to a guy who's lean. Obviously, height makes sense, which is why. Also, here's the thing: like, if height isn't the top one, then they're fucking lying, man. Then they're fucking lying because we all know it's height. Height is the primary thing. So that's what I would say. Stronger glutes equal stronger strokes. I don't think they think of it that way, bro. Stronger strokes. Oh no, man. I don't think they think about it that way. But I don't know. Ladies, please tell me I'm wrong. If I am, it's like, oh yeah, definitely. They're thinking about, yo, do you know how hard he's gonna be able to hit it? I don't know if those thoughts enter women's heads. I think they just like the aesthetics of it. It might look good in a pair of pants. Like, I don't imagine girls staring at dudes' naked asses, you know? They do, bro. I've been told that. Okay. As long as he's tall, right? He has to be tall first. So then they can have their preferences. But okay. It's like you always got to read the subtext. It's like, what are you attracted to? You know, I like this part of my guy. I like this part of my guy. As long as he's tall and attractive, right? Yes, obviously. He has to be tall and attractive. Then you can like those things. Tall or short. No. I don't know, man. Height is a pretty big deal for a lot of girls. If he's a short guy, but he looks hella fit, I don't know. I guess, like, if it's just a picture, you can't really tell the height unless he's standing next to another person. But Marquez 67, beautiful piece of chocolate. Okay. But yeah, it is what it is. I don't know. Here's the thing: like, girls are far more flexible with the things that they're attracted to. I think, and I've noticed, at least personally, like, yeah, when she's with you, she likes you. That's why, like, when it comes to like all this stuff. Nah, this short ass Asians getting play. Height really ain't that big of a factor. They're getting played because of K-pop. That's why. A lot of women are K-pop fans, at least the younger ones. That's why they're getting played. they remind them of their K-pop. Yeah, K-pop has done wonders for Asian men. Like, shout out to the Koreans. They figured it out. They solved this like tiny Asian problem. They definitely want him fit like Michael B. Jordan, and he has to have money. I don't know, man. Like that means I don't know. I don't know how true that is. Obviously, yeah, obviously, but even before K-pop, bro, and we're not even talking about Mexicans. Okay, all right, I'll take your word on it, Kirka. Honestly, couldn't say that's been my experience, but I guess I've never been lived as a small Asian man before, so I can't say. But there's a guy here, dating app CEO, who talks about like some of the statistics he's seen from his side on the analytics and stuff, and he talks about like people's preferences and habits. And one of the things he even points out is like certain pictures guys seem to take and all that stuff. And he talks about how Asian men are winning now because of the whole K-pop revolution or whatever. But one thing he also noticed about guys is they always take pictures with like fish or something. And he was explaining why that is. And it turns out it's because men typically don't have pictures of themselves. If you go through your phone, how many of them are going to be selfies or pictures with just you? Probably very few, if not. And guys only ever take pictures of themselves when they have accomplished something, like say catching a big fish or riding a motorcycle or doing something. You know, the pictures of men and themselves are always of something that they've accomplished or are doing. Whereas for a lot of women, their pictures are just pictures of them. Maybe it could be an outfit or something, but honestly, it's like a lot of the times they'll take a selfie and we don't, I don't know, that's the thing. You know, women like money and money makes men more attractive. Um, I wrote a script for this that I haven't made the video yet. Let me see if I can share it with you guys. Let's see. Women don't care about don't care how much money you have. They just care that you're able to support the lifestyle they want to have. Which is why when you see these videos of girls answering the question, "How much money should a guy make?" they always sound stupid because like like as if they don't know about income, bills, and taxes, etc. She doesn't even need to know how much you make. When you go out, you can afford it. When you shop, you're not tripping about the price. As long as that's met, you're good. And that's really what girls are looking for. That's why like dollar figures don't actually fucking matter. Every girl, yeah, and every girl I've been with, honestly, has never been concerned about how much money I make. They've been just like as long as you can afford the things you guys want to do, then they don't even need to know the number. So as far as like money, it's just like it's more about the lifestyle, I would say. I'm on a college campus, so my experience might be different compared to yeah, that's true. It's mostly Asian, right? Have they been concerned about the gap? No. Here's the thing, like they've enjoyed it. They're just like, oh, I just like looking at it. I guess. I don't know. It's weird. I don't ever understand it, and I honestly think it's because they're attracted to me, and they just are attracted to all the things about me. I think girls are good in this way, where it's like they'll just like you for how you are. They'll even if they're not into it, if they were never into it, they'll somehow be into it because it's you and they like you. And so women can they can adapt to the person that they're with, which I think is actually a very beneficial part, a very beneficial trait women have, their ability to adapt to the person that they're with. You enjoyed it, looking at it. Why you gotta take shit weird, bro? The you were a smart guy and you dress nice. So they know you had. I don't know if I dress nice. I've gotten complaints about what I wear. Like even this stream, they'll say over here talking about how this collar looks like it was the cut off hat. I wouldn't say I dress well, and my beard is often very scruffy. So I think it's because of my mind. Yeah, I would agree. It's the smart part. I think that's the thing that um, women have been really enjoyed. Um, as far as the dressing part, they all have opinions. It's yeah, like very true. Most Hispanics in whites in white. Mostly okay. Are you a surgeon? No, I'm not. I swear to God, people think I look like a doctor. I'm not a doctor. Please don't ask me for medical advice. Someone tried that earlier in the stream. I'm not a doctor yet. Maybe one day I'll go to medical school in the Dominican Republic, and yeah, and then I can really drift off of this. Women enjoy smart men, and they know you have the hints. Yeah, I think especially with black women, it seems to be a harder thing to find. So I seem to do really well with black women. I mean, to me, it's not. It's just me. That's a funny thing. Like growing up, uh, you know, I was pretty different from like other black males. I was not into sports like that, where it's like I know the stats of every fucking player in the league. I didn't know hip hop like that. What's your top five fucking rappers in the debate for hours about this bullshit? Like, I give a fuck. I don't. I just don't know any of that shit. I didn't give a fuck about the like getting the hair lined up perfectly every few days, feeling like I need a cut. Nah, none of that. I listen to fucking Daft Punk. Okay. Alternative rock. I like mashups, instrumental. I enjoyed that. Like, I like science. I like reading books. Like, that was the kind of kid I was. So it's weird how things kind of switch up when you get older. Like, oh, people are into this kind of stuff now. Apparently, black kids are into like all the other music I used to listen to now. And it's a cool thing. They're like, oh shit, this shit kind of slaps. I'm like, really, foster the people? Really? What the fuck? Like, I was into that shit when it wasn't cool. So it's weird how everything just switches up over time. Doc, I have a medical question. Sure. You do look like a doctor or an accountant. That's weird. Okay, accountant. I never got that one before. I love that you're LGBTQ plus. I think I'm the plus part. I'm just more man plus. And it's not, you didn't get all the letters. It's LGBTQQIAA plus. You're missing a few letters here. It's okay. I'll let it slide for now. But otherwise, your kid is not welcome here because you have to get all the letters right. Man, oh, this shit is so weird. But that's what I'm about. It's weird. Yeah, I think I just need to try. Not hate, just love. Okay. Hate is good too. I mean, I think a lot of people, obviously, people don't want to receive hate, but I think on social media, the haters are just testing you. And I think haters can be your biggest fans. And that's happened. That's happening to me because you just got to be able to riff with them too. Some people are just mean, whatever. But some people are just hating, but you can tell it's just like they're just testing you, like the dozens, Like, let's see if you are sensitive like everybody else on social media. Because the normal strategy is just to get banned. And honestly, I think a lot of it comes from like just trying to get some attention from someone. But then when you do get it and they can riff with you, they're like, oh, it's actually a cool guy. And it's just like, yeah. And then you win them over. And this is like one of the laws of power that turn enemies into friends. In this case, they're not quite an enemy, but still, hater, you can treat it that way. And they can become your biggest fans. And then they fuck with your shit heavy, bro. It's crazy. So it's like 48 Laws of Power has a lot of wisdom in there. Yes, they want to see if you're sensitive. Yeah, it's a test. And I think a lot of people fail it by just automatically hitting the ban button when not realizing that, they can be your biggest fans. So that's the way I treat it. Although, I don't know. I can also see the other side of the argument where they're like, I don't want any hate in my comment section because it's bad for the brand. A lot of these people do this shit for fucking sponsorship deals, which is weird. I actually got a sponsorship request by Magic Mind. It's like this beverage. I guess I'm technically sponsoring here. I'm not getting paid by them, by the way. At least not yet. But I put an Instagram story where I talk about like asking people if they've ever had this energy drink, Magic Mind, as a sponsorship request, create a partnership. But I've never had it, and I don't care to plug things I've never used. So it's always best. If you've used it, let me know what you think. If it's something I should even consider. It's like, I don't know. It's just a drink. About $3.50 per bottle if you get a subscription. whatever. I don't know. It's a green juice, basically. That's amazing. You should definitely do it. Why? Like, I don't, I don't drink it. So that's the thing. Like, if someone who has it, it's like, oh yeah, it totally improved my life, then I'll consider taking it and then trying it myself. And if I like it, I like the taste of it, and it does help, then I will plug it. But just to plug it for the sake of plugging it, just to like possibly get some money out of this or some free drinks, like I'm not about that, man. And this is why I posted that video about like I got angels on either side of me, telling one side telling me, "Yo, just do whatever you got to do to win," and then the other side telling me, "Are you going to care about winning in that way?" And for me, I've been listening to the side that's telling me, "Hey, maybe don't cheat your way to success by hawking products that you don't really believe in, that you don't use, whatever." Which is why I'm trying to get into my own products. I'm like making it myself and eventually figuring out the manufacturing process that I can make these for you guys, because I actually use the fucking shit. Like even these glasses, people have asked me like, where do I get my glasses from? You get them from Zenny Optical. I have an affiliate link that I can plug, but that's where I buy my glasses from. So I have no qualms about sharing it with people because that's where I get it from. So it's like that's the line. That's the line for me. It's like I have to justify it to myself by being a user of that thing, either already or becoming one. Which a lot of people just plug shit just because they're throwing money around, which I don't really fuck with that kind of shit. I make my own green juice. It's so expensive in the grocery stores. Yeah. I'm on a health kick, so I've been going to the gym and eating healthy. Good for you, bro. Those are very nice glasses. It's one of their more affordable options. This one was like $10 on Zenny Optical. If you go to, I think glass.kmall.tv. Glass. Yeah. Yeah, I actually did this. Let's see if I can comment. Glass.tamo.tv. It's a website. https:// yeah, if you go to this website, it's an affiliate code. I get a little kickback if you wear glasses. Could be useful for you. This is a redirect link for a website. But this is where I buy glasses from, which is why I have no problems plugging it. And they have a Black Friday sale if you're into glasses or you know somebody who's into glasses. Yeah, if you want, no pressure though. Yeah, so that's my line for me. I'm not going to sponsor something that I already use or I know is good. Which is why I'm thinking, and plus I'm kind of edgy too. I know I don't look the part. Everyone thinks I'm like this clean cut doctor, apparently, but my opinions are strong and they are out there. And so I'm not really a safe brand. I'm not a safe person to do brand partnerships with. So I figure if I'm going to make this work, I have to figure out my own things to sell. Right now I'm starting with like physical products, building wallets, whatever, that I use personally. And then next I'm going to get into software options that I can, because I build code, I code myself. So definitely check them out because I do work. Yeah. So all you need is your prescription. As long as you have your prescription numbers, then you'll be able to just put it in and order glasses. And you can get this from your optometrist. Just call them up and they should give you your numbers. And the cool thing is like you can get add-ons and stuff. So I got some like sunglass clip-ons for this. Now I didn't like the clip-on. I didn't like that it was like this one piece with this like little bridge in the middle. So I took the bridge off and I put magnets on it. That's what these dots are here. These are magnets that clip on to the sunglass stuff. And then I can put it in my pocket and have a whole YouTube video talking about how I made these. But yeah. So yeah, you look like a computer guy as well. Yeah, I do software when I'm motivated enough to do it. And I think there's a lot of useful open source software that I think could be packaged in a more accessible way for the average person who isn't into tech. And so like one thing I was considering building was like, you know how they have those apps that can take a song and split it up into its components? Apparently Facebook research team released a library that lets you do that. But you sort of have to have some like command line experience to use it. It's some Python code. I think I could package it in a way that it's a drag and drop thing for people as a desktop app. instead of paying like $10 a month for one of these online services that do it for you. Instead, you just pay like $10 once, and the software is on your computer, and you can just use it. And if I sell it for like $10, $5, I don't really care. It's software, so I could just. But you can't sell software on TikTok yet. Hopefully, that's an option. No, I'll just build something like that. Glasses that can turn into sunglasses. Yeah. Oh, so the transitions. Yeah, those are cool too. They are kind of limiting though. So like in this situation where I actually have like a light here, they would actually darken, which might be cool with the camera, but I like being able to see things and stuff. So it's limited. I like that I can just clip them on and clip them off. But Zenny Optical's cool. And yeah, let me know how you like it and take advantage of the Black Friday deals if you're into glasses. And I was also thinking you don't need to have a prescription to buy glasses. Like for style, people do that. I never understood it because my brother used to do this, and I think he still does it, where he just wears glasses for the fashion. He doesn't actually need them. And if you're into that, then you could buy a bunch of glasses. It's basically Zenny Optical is like the Sheen or Shein of the eyeglass world. You know, the glasses. I mean, they're about the same quality as you're gonna get at your optometrist. Maybe they might have some titanium frames, but these ones are one of their cheaper ones, and I've been using it for like a year and a half, 2 years, something like that. So I'm not too worried. And then you can upgrade the lenses too, which is cool. Yes, that would be very useful software. I hate buying music all the time. Yeah, yes, people do wear fashion glasses. Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. So the only way I can actually turn this into a money-making endeavor is to like either find things that I already use and then setting up like affiliate links or partnership deals, or selling my own things like software or things I make by hand that I figured out how to manufacture. And so like I'm really getting into this whole e-commerce thing. And here's the thing, all the practice I have on social media making videos, I've accidentally learned how to make ads. Okay. So yeah, like building in a good hook, making a compelling case, making it entertaining, but also and funny, but then also talking about the useful qualities of a product. I can do that because I have all this experience on social media making videos. Now I just got to figure out the whole e-commerce part, like getting those sales and stuff. So Pizza Hut or come on, man. That's too easy, bro. Come on, Gary. You got to come a little stronger than that. Almost, not even close. There have been people better than you. But it's okay. So yeah, glasses are cool. It is kind of weird that people do wear it for fashion reasons though, because like I need them to see far distant stuff. But yeah, I'm not sure how they got my email though. These guys, Monica, Magic Mind. Hey, creator partnerships. That's cool. Let's see. Their Instagram has probably hell of a following. 114,000 followers. For basically a green juice shot. A green juice shot. And they have Chelsea Handler. I don't know why people think she's funny. She's not that funny. But you know, like he's one of the female comedians that really leans into all the sex jokes. You notice that? Like female comedians who aren't actually funny always get into the whole sexual topic stuff. It's weird. Well, it's not weird. It's understandable because it's like you don't normally hear women talk that way, which is why it's funny for a lot of people, but it's also lazy. It's like a black person who always talks about race things or a Hispanic person, whatever. It's just like, it's weak sauce is what I would say. I do need glasses to see, but I like changing my glasses up. Yeah, this could be a good source and do it affordably too. As long as you have your prescription numbers, easy way to do it. And then you can have one for each outfit or like different colors to match your kicks. That'd be cool. And do a whole thing there. That must be some green juice shot. Yeah, it's green juice shot. It is what it is though. I don't know. I'm not into green juice like that. I like protein shakes though. Like I always struggle to get enough protein in my diet. And yeah, I've been on this like whole eating healthier, hitting the gym hard. Here's the thing, I recently just moved into this building that has a gym here. Dude, I cannot recommend that enough. If you can move into a place that has a decent gym, bro, oh my God. It's so easy to get the workout in because whenever you feel like, I got some energy right now, you can just go. And so I don't need to take pre-workout. I literally just let my body decide. It's like, oh yeah, I'm feeling pretty good right now. Let me go to the gym and get a workout in. And it's a new building too, so like all the grips still have that little seam from the molding of the rubber because people don't use it because there's barely anyone in the building. So I definitely recommend it, man. I definitely recommend anyone that do it. Yes, being able to work out in the middle of the night if I wake up, or if I do one of these late night streams, like literally after this, I'm probably gonna go get a workout. And it's just like so cool. And it's right next to like, yeah, man. Oh my god, it's a game changer, dude. Like just having a gym. Yeah, they don't have all the equipment I could use, but it has pretty much it. I can make it work. And it's not like one of those shitty apartment gyms where it's just like a hotel where it's only like one little machine and then there's nothing else. They have a fucking squat rack, bro. Like a power rack. They have a whole ass power rack with dumbbells up to 75 pounds, but that's sort of like Planet Fitness anyway. So, which is where I was going, so it's not too bad. And then they have like some other machines there, some treadmills if you're into running or whatever. But yeah, dude, oh my god, that's the health pack, guys. Making it easy, getting the friction out of the way of you getting your workout in. And dude, I'm gonna try so much shit. I don't even like squatting, but I started squatting again. Yes, I like glasses to match my. Is that a mic? Yeah, that is a mic. That's what you're saying here. Yes, I like glasses to match my outfit. Yes, that's very nice to be able to work out whenever you want to. When I buy my house, I want a gym in it. Yeah, definitely worth it. Yeah, like it's so worth it, man. Or if you live in a place that has a gym, I highly recommend it. So, help, guys. Yeah, and it's cool. It's very, very cool. And then it's basically like I've noticed like a lot of things in life is about adapting, or at least this is my strategy, at least for life lately, has been adapting my world for how I actually am. You know, like people like to talk about discipline and it's like, oh, I like working hard and blah blah blah. It's just like discipline isn't, at least I found, not something you can sustain in the long term. What you can do though is make it easy. If you make it easy to do the things that you want to do, that's good for you, then it's more likely that you'll do it. And basically, this is what when people talk about getting rid of the friction that's in your life. So like for the gym thing, having to grab your bag, go to your car, drive to the gym, go to the locker, change your clothes, then go get the workout, then come back, maybe shower, go to then get your stuff and drive back. That is a hell of a lot of friction than just, hey, put on some gym clothing and just walk to the gym in the building or in your house. Way easier to do it. And if you decide, hey, I actually feel really good today, I'm going to do it again, you can do the 2-a-days too. Man, it's such a hack. Getting rid of the things that keep you from doing the things that you want to do. Food is a good example as well. If you just want to be able to eat better, like make it easy. Like that's why I was talking about turkey burgers, because I know how to make them now really quickly without that much cleanup. Like, yeah. It's like it's so easy. I don't even like squatting, but I start squatting again. Me when I lost my apartment. That's funny. That's really funny. Waste of mace. Waste of mace? Did I read that right? Waste of mace, yeah. Hello from Phoenix. Hello, Mark. How's it going? You live in Arizona. You're an actor, single, with a beautiful dog. Cool. What kind of dog do you have? Yes, making it easy and fun. I would be a gym partner, but for now, music is my gym partner. Yes, I'm trying to eat better and cleaner. Yeah. I don't know. For me, I'm a solo. I don't want to be bothered in the gym type of person. Like, I've tried going to the gym with like my brother or whatever. It's like our workouts are different-ish. And I think, like, for my older brother, he's, I think, a little too vain in the gym, where he's staring at himself in the mirror a little too much, and he's not tracking his workout like I am. Like I have precise rest times for my sets, 1 minute, and I track it in the app. So it's like it tells me exactly when to do things. So it's all just like fucking robotic for me. It's like, all right, just do this, then this, then go to the next thing, and just fucking keep it simple. It's my attitude. Chihuahua mix, small dog. Can you put it in a man bag? Can you put your dog in a man bag? Actually, it's funny. I had the option of adopting a pet recently, Um, yeah, I don't know. Dogs. Smaller dogs are nice, probably. Yes, keeping it simple for sure. Exactly. Gotta keep it simple. I think cats, are easier pets because they can do their own thing. I mean, dogs, we gotta walk a lot, which I walk a lot, so it kind of makes sense for my lifestyle. But the obligation of walking them kind of gets in the way a little bit because it's like I don't like having to do it. I like doing it because I want to. A lot of maintenance, yeah. Cats, I think, are easier. Yeah, you got to clean the litter or whatever. It is what it is. But at least they can do their own thing, you know. And yeah, you're gonna have cat hair everywhere, which is annoying. But I think they're the easier ones. Yeah, you have to clean up behind pets and pet hair. Yeah. But you don't have to walk a cat. You don't have to walk a cat. So I think. But I did not take that opportunity to get a pet though. I'm not at that stage of my life where I'm gonna adopt out of the blue. No. Yeah. So I've been thinking about this whole friction thing a lot. So it's like if you can tailor your life to just make things easy for you, then it turns out you're able to do the things that you say you want to do. Which is funny, like the new year is going to be coming up soon, right? It's like mid-November now, or almost near tail end of November. Then go to a gym. When the new year comes, you're going to see a bunch of people showing up. But I'm thinking, like, if you really want to do this resolution and like live a healthier life, then just start now. And like, why does that have to be? Because if you're just waiting till the end of the year before you take this thing seriously, then you're not really taking it seriously. So if you are considering like, okay, this next year I really want to lose this COVID weight, or I want to get healthier, I want to be able to do these things, just start now. Just start now. And yeah, that means making different dietary decisions during the holidays, which sucks because it's the best food. Stuffing is obviously the best, but uh, why you want me to claim? I did when I grew up Muslim, bro. Celestial dragons. So why do you want me to say that you can't? You think you're turning me into a Muslim? I grew up Muslim, bro. For those of you who don't know this, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. It's basically the statement that Muslims have to make, basically declaring there is only one God, and Muhammad is his messenger, kind of thing. It's one of the things, the pillars of Islam. You have to make that declaration. So this guy just goes in the fucking chat telling people, hey, say this thing where you're secretly saying you're a Muslim. You're becoming Muslim. Yes, most definitely start now instead of next year. Yeah. Willpower is out. Designing our lives around efficiency isn't. Yeah. Damn it. Nah, it's just a joke. I tell them after they aren't, unless they truly feel it. I don't know if that's kosher, bro, but you do you, man. I don't know. That's how you. Yeah. You're like those. You ever see those Christian people on the sidewalk who have those Bibles ready to like come up to you? It's weird. Someone actually came up to me the other day, just randomly. She's like, "Hey, sorry to bother you, but like I just want to say, please have a blessed day, and Jesus loves you." It's just like, and I was thinking the easiest way to like dismiss those like Bible thumpers is just tell them Jesus is king and they'll leave you alone. At least that's my theory. I haven't actually had a chance to test it out. Although, yeah, I think it's funny. Oh, you're beautiful. Thank you, Jessica. Idaho Mama Dental Single Horses. You're a horse girl? You know what they say about horse girls, right? Do you guys know? It's halal if you don't deceive them. I can't believe I'm doing that thing where I just switch up the accent. It's halal if you don't deceive them. I have to be honest. Yeah, fair. Okay, I'll call it cool. Last time I had Jehovah Witness in my house, I thought they were my neighbors making small talk. Oh, really? They didn't open with like, "Hey, we've come to save your soul." That's how they get you. Here's the thing: I don't mind the conversations if I'm not busy. Like, let's talk about God. Like, bro, Allah, you sound so Muslim when you pronounce halal. Yeah, I know. I grew up Muslim. I grew up around Arabs, man. I went to an Islamic school and everything. Like, did all the memorization, all that, bro. You sound more Muslim than me. See, you don't have to say it like that. If you like, all right. You mean I sound more Arab than you? That's actually what it is. I don't think Muslims have a sound. So I feel like if you're gonna go by population, however Indonesians sound is what Muslims sound like, because I think they are the largest population of Muslims in the world. I don't mind the conversations either. Yeah, yeah, that's it. Yep. So that's what I'd say. Um, I memorize surahs. Yeah, like I went to Islam school. But like, wasn't that? Well, I guess if you're a convert, or as they say now, they call them reverts, people who become Muslim. Which I don't know if revert makes sense, but whatever. I'll let them do them. But yeah, I grew up Muslim. Like my parents are East African. Like we're literally the Red Sea. Right across the Red Sea, which is just like a channel of ocean, is Saudi. So like literally, and I grew up Muslim, everything. I'm gonna say I got excommunicated next time they try to talk to me. Yeah, actually, we did have a Jehovah Witness, ex Jehovah Witness member on the podcast one episode. It was what's his name? Damn. Uh, but he talked about his experience, and he's basically disowned by his family. This is a rough story he's telling us, but check out the podcast, Table Moments, on any podcasting app. What's his name? You can look it. Wait, let me double check for you guys. Table Moments podcast. If you let's see, Apple Podcast. It was a recent one too with Jarvis. Jarvis, yeah. We talk about Jehovah's Witness, and he explains the whole thing and the nuances and his excommunication. Because it's a rough experience if you leave the religion. They are required to like not have contact with you anymore. It's rough, man, leaving the religion. I didn't memorize the whole Quran. It was just surahs every now and then. Not the whole Quran. No, I was not one of those. Yeah, I was Muslim as a kid, but I only memorized 1/3. Bro, got me. Might be Somali like me. I'm not Somali. Eritrean is where my family's from. I guess basically same thing. I'm back in this. You look like you would say, I'm the captain of the ship now. Yeah, I say captain all the time. I like the word captain. People don't use it enough. You know, people are like, oh, I'm CEO, I'm founder. I like saying captain because it comes with like this air of responsibility. Because like a captain goes down with the ship, you know? That's why I always introduce the podcast. It's like, welcome to Table Moments, the Homies podcast, where we talk about anything and everything. I'm your host and captain, Ayman. I always say that because I like captain, because I am responsible for this thing. Oh wow! So sorry to hear being outcast from your family. I wasn't outcast. It was Jarvis, who was a Jehovah Witness in his family. It's like it's a tough thing they have to go through. But because he was a Jehovah Witness, he there were certain things that he had never experienced. So now, as a 30 in his early 30s, is experiencing a lot of things for the first time in his life, like his first ever birthday party and stuff like that. It's interesting. It's a good episode worthy of listening. Um, oh, I'm an outcast from my family, but they are mean. Okay, that sucks. I've been fortunate enough that despite me going in a different direction than the rest of my family, no one's really like cut me out or anything. Now, I mean, I wouldn't say a lot of those relationships are healthy either, but it's not like excommunicated like kind of thing. You look like you say stuff like Jolly Weepers. I might, you know, it sounds like something I would say. Jolly. Here's the thing. I realized eventually once I start having kids or whatever, I'm not gonna want to curse around them, so I'm gonna have to come up with like other filler words that I can use, like Frankenstein or like gosh darn it. You look like you see stuff like holy moly guacamole. Yeah. G. Wilkers. Yes. Uh, holy moly guacamole. Yeah. Holy taco. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I gotta come up with like maybe if I could do say that stuff in a video, that'd be hilarious. Oh boy. Here's the thing. I think there's more to your well, that had racial undertones. G. Wilkers. Holy moly guacamole. I'm close. Okay. I'm at 20%, guys. So well, that had original. Bro, gonna start saying Jehos. I don't know how to say that, bro. I'm not sure what that is, but okay. I don't even know. I can't even say it. I don't even know what that is. But maybe I'll start saying things in Spanish, like the curse words in Spanish. I don't know. Like Jose, please educate us. What are some of the things, the curse words I can say in Spanish that would be good filler words for my conversations, or at least in videos, so I can really, because I think my demographic is mostly like white guys and women. Weirdly enough, women. I know. But yeah, women seem like my demographics for the analytics and stuff. It depends on the video, but I think it's a majority men, but also a sizable amount of women, surprisingly. What's that on your neck? Looks like the AI pin that people were talking about. Yeah, this is the microphone, bro. But yeah, the AI pin is a funny thing. For those of you who don't know, it's what do they call it? The Humana AI pin that basically is like your AI. It's the next evolution of the phone. And apparently they've been spending like 6 years designing this thing and they finally came out with it. I don't think it's going to catch on, but I don't know. I could be wrong, I guess. It's a real old head term like 19th century. Women love you. I don't know. Certain women do. Certain type. I've noticed a demographic of women who really this works for them. Outside of that, not really. How are you? I'm good. How are you? Are you still upset at me for my take on Palestine and Israel? I know it's all good. It's all good. I get it just to record memories. Ooh, that's an interesting use case. But I think Facebook, some companies coming out with those glasses, those AR glasses, augmented reality glasses. I think it might be Facebook. Or Ray-Ban in collaboration with some tech company. You look a bit strange, but you still cute. Like thumbs off, but you handsome. See, this is what we call a neg, guys. A neg. She just did it. You give or a compliment, right? A compliment, insult-ish kind of thing. This is a great strategy to use on women, by the way, where you're like, man, I love those shoes, but it doesn't really go with your pants. And be like, what? No, it's a great taste in shoes, but the pants aren't really quite doing it. And it's just like, oh, what the fuck? What the fuck? And then she gets into you and all that stuff. It's a good strategy. I see game. She got game, guys. Star. Okay, I can't see your, but okay. I like where did I put my keys? Rewind. Yeah, backhand compliment. But it's good strategy, not gonna lie. If you want to get someone's attention, it's great. And girls, it works great on girls, guys. So if you can give her compliments like that, just like, oh man, I like the way you wear those granny panties. It's like, what? It's like, no, they look great on you. It's like, I don't wear granny panties. Like, all right. And then you pique her interest. So she got girl game, is what I would say. But game recognized game, I guess. But I don't think it works on a guy. I don't know. I guess guys just are never complimented. So any compliment would work. If you just, ladies, if you're single and if you're watching this, you're probably introverted and you struggle to get dates. Yes, go up to a guy that you find attractive, that you think might be cool to hang out with or date, and just give him a compliment. Like it could be anything. It could just be something stupid, just like, wow, that's a really cool beard. Even if it's not. Or it's like, or you can make it situational too, where you point out something in a space that gives them a compliment or something. or it's just, or he's a really good one. Just like, wow, I don't know what it is about you, but I really like your aura, and that could be anything. So you could do that, and then just start the opener. It's like, yeah, I don't know, I just get drawn to certain people, and then he should be able to take it from there. But guys out here sometimes can't read these obvious signals, so it's a little. I think the opposite of the backhanded compliment could work. That's great dating advice. Yeah. I mean, for women, here's the thing: I can't really give women real tangible advice, which they've tried asking here in these lives before. I'm just like, look, I've never dated men. I can't give you any advice on that shit. But I think women should be listening to other women who have successfully gotten guys to be to ask them out. Because obviously, women aren't interested in doing the work of actually like the legwork of selling, because that's essentially what you're doing as a dude when you're like talking to girls, whatever. You're actually selling yourself. And a lot of women are just not interested in that. And I know you can say it's like, oh, we live in this equal world, feminism, all that stuff. It's like women feel how they feel, and they're not going to change. So, but what you can do is make it easy for guys to approach. And that, I think, you can take advice from a girl who does that well successfully. Now, you might not like some of the strategies she employs, like maybe dressing a little loose, or like, or being very flirty or handsy or whatever. But there are certain things that I think these women who successfully do this well can give to women who are really bad at it, especially the introverted types who are quiet. They really, really struggle. They struggle just as bad as, not as bad, but they struggle out here just as introverted guys do. So, which is what it is. Insult him, but mean it as a compliment. Yeah. No, I don't mind it. Like, that's the thing. It is what it is. It's like, I don't know. I've got fine. It's not even an insult. That's the thing. I don't even see it that way. I don't even take hateful comments as insults, even though they're intended to be. I just think they're all funny. Women can like a man and not even approach him. Yeah, which is sucks, because it's like, so it could have been something, but it's not going to be anything because he's not aware, and she's not willing to make it easy for him to be aware. So I think that's a struggle that which is why I think it's better for us guys. I know guys like to complain about, oh man, you have to do all the work, we have to approach, blah, 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 but at least we can make things happen. Women often just have to wait for things to happen to them. Now, there are certain women out there who also take this approach where they're going to make things happen, but they're very rare. They're very rare. Women can like a man, not even approach him. Hey, buddy. Hey, EDP burner. What's up? Grease bro, and you'd never catch him again. Grease up. Grease bro, up, and you'd never catch him again. I'm not sure what you mean. Yapping, that's what I do here, man. I yap a lot. So I like women to approach me. Everybody likes being approached, man. But to expect it to happen for most women, I don't know. That's the thing. Like, women are not in control of their dating destiny. A lot of them will only have any activity in that realm unless a guy makes the approach. Now, for men, we have the opportunity to make it happen. Now, that comes with the other half of that experience, which is lots of failure, if you're putting numbers up. But women can give signals of interest. They can. And some women are better at this than others. But some guys are just so fucking blind to this shit that they struggle too. And then when girls are like, oh my God, why didn't he not approach me? I was giving him all the signals. I was looking at him, staring at him really hard. I brushed my hair 30 degrees to the left. Bullshit like that. It's just like, really, girls, it's not as obvious as you think it is. And only an experienced guy would know. Like, oh, I was around him like half the night. He didn't notice it because he doesn't have the practice. Now, a guy will learn it through experience. He's like, oh, I've seen this girl in every fucking room of this house party. Why is she here always within arm's reach? Because she's interested, guys. She's hoping you open it. It is what it is. I've been thinking about becoming bald. All right. I am an introvert. Nobody is approaching you, big bro. Um, why not? I don't like rejection. Nobody likes rejection, man. That's the funny thing. Nobody likes rejection. Why not? Girls can approach at a party. Why not? I first have to see someone who I would like to approach. Yeah. Here's the thing. It's worth just approaching for the practice. I think, guys, we gaslight ourselves too. Okay, it's so easy for us to just be like, oh, here's the thing. My experience has mostly been on dating apps. So, I mean, it makes it a lot easier because you just got to just message a girl. And, your profile does most of the work. And then once you come up with the script, it's like fucking easy. Like one of the videos I just stitched was a video of my dating profile that I posted about a year ago. And it's my Hinge profile. And steal any of it, please. Like, it's gotten me so many matches, man. And then if she likes your pictures, you're good. So, like, you can do that. You can do that. And it's even worth I know a lot of women are not going to like to hear this, but it's even worth going out on dates with girls you're not interested in. Because it's good to have the practice to keep the knife sharp, man. And yeah, maybe they're not going to feel, but here's the thing, just treat every date as like an experience to learn something. Like that's how I always treated every first date. It's just like, I'm just going to meet someone new and you never know what you'll learn. It doesn't necessarily have to turn into something romantic or get laid from it or anything. It literally is. You can get a lot of uses out of it. One, you're getting to practice. Two, you're learning something new. Usually they'll tell you something interesting, especially if you just recently moved to a place or something. They can give you all the game about the area, or they can tell you things that are going on that you just don't know. Or maybe learn something about this new industry that they work in that you don't know about. It's like you can learn from dates. And this is what I recommend for women too. It's like, go out on dates. You never know like what you'll learn. It doesn't necessarily have to be about, oh, I don't find him attractive. It's like, girls, I think you guys are more adaptable when it comes to the attraction stuff. So don't let his looks, because men take shitty pictures. All right. If you're doing the online dating thing, he's probably gonna look better than his pictures. That's my guess. I don't know. I've never seen a bunch of male profiles, but I would assume because guys are really shitty about taking good pictures. Do you think it's lazy to think minor changes should be obvious? What do you mean minor changes? Like the hair correction? I don't know if it's lazy. It's just guys are completely unaware. It's like they were never taught. They don't have the experience. And this is why it's like you can read a book or you can just learn through experience and you just notice things through practice, which is why getting the numbers up, which means a lot of L's. You're going to take L's. You're going to get things wrong. It's what it is. I don't know if it's lazy. I just think a lot of guys just don't know. And women don't really communicate this well. And a lot of women don't even know if they're doing it. I would think. Wait, no, he was talking about girls fixing their hair for guys. No, that's a foul. No, I swear I didn't mean anything else. What were you thinking? Just talk. This may be good advice, but I'd hate to be some guy's practice girlfriend. It's not being a girlfriend. It's just going out on a date. It's just going out on a date. Like, because women can be awkward too. I don't know. Here's the thing. Women are on the selecting side. So they don't think that they have to be interesting. But yeah, you do. If you want an interesting guy who has his shit together, who you find attractive, whatever, you don't think you have to bring something outside of just how you look or who you are. Here's the thing. I know a lot of you women just believe you're enough, which, I mean, largely for most men, that will be enough. A lot of men don't have expectations for you. But for the kind of guy that a lot of women say they want, he probably has standards in certain whatever weird ways. Like, you think being pretty is enough? I don't know. It's weird. It's weird, but it works for women. At least with most guys you run into. But the guys that you actually want probably have certain things that they're looking for that you can incorporate into who you are. But spending a lot of money on people for it to not go anywhere? No, it's not. Again, like I tell people, go to Starbucks as a first date option and show up early, get your drink, sit down, bring a book. And when she sees you sitting there, because she's going to show up 5 to 10 minutes late, then she'll go and get her own drink. $3.50, peace, tranquility. herbal tea for the late night so you don't get wired from the caffeine. $3.50. If you bring your own tea bag, pause. If you bring your own tea, they'll charge you 25 cents for a cup of hot water. So you don't have to spend a lot of money on a first date, man. You don't. I thought you were bringing up his male pattern baldness. No, he wasn't. You can get a camera and good lighting source and take a picture. Yeah, but like, you also have to have an eye for this and you have to experiment. Guys literally have to dedicate time to learn this shit. Or they could just hire somebody. They can hire somebody. So, but yeah, no, I think women have a better eye for this, like lighting and angles and stuff. They have so much more practice than you. Now, I don't think guys need to be good at it. Just hire somebody to do it. This is why I thought it would be cool as like a sort of social, like one of these YouTube videos or these TikTok videos. I go out on the street. I have this nice camera that I'm streaming with on YouTube and Twitch right now. It's a DSLR, full frame mirror. Like it's so easy to take really good pictures. And plus I have a lens that can automatically take really good pictures just because of the lighting. So I can go out on the streets in Austin here late night while everyone's like drinking whatever, just go up to guys as a social experiment and be like, I'll trade you a selfie for a selfie. Give me one of those pictures you're using on a dating app and I will trade you for one of these good pictures I'll take of you. And then I go test it out. So I collect a bunch of those both. And then I would go test it out with girls on the street and be like, all right, basically make them swipe through these photos. And then now we can show statistically, like how much improvement, how much better, how much more favorable they are to women with a much better picture. And then plus they get a cool picture they can use on their dating profile, whatever, for me. And so that's what I'm experimenting with. So literally, and then if you're a photographer or you have a camera, then if I build the app that lets you do this and sell pictures directly to people using like some sort of like web app or something and hook it up to like Stripe or something like that, then you can literally just make money going out on the street and being to single guys, but like, bro, $5, I'll take 3 good pictures of you that you can use for your dating app. And guys will pay for that. $5, $10, whatever. It's like, especially if someone's on vacation or something, easy. Are you wearing a retainer? And dating is very hard because the country is divided right now. I don't think so. What do you mean divided? Like politically? If that's what you mean, that doesn't matter. Matt, you would think that the politics stuff matters. To some girls, it really does. But dude, like, I lean conservative. Okay. Like, here's the thing, my positions are more nuanced, so it might be hard to tell which way I vote politically or whatever. But yeah, I dated liberal women. Like, that's not a thing. It's not an issue for people. Politics does not matter in relationships, guys. It doesn't. And you find, it turns out, she'll become whatever you are. So don't let it. Some people don't like that. Did you vote for Trump or whatever? Which, whatever. You probably don't want to date someone who's that into politics, where it's a first question that they ask before they even meet up with you. But outside of that, most people aren't even into politics like that. So don't even trip, bro. Dating is very hard. Women want high value men. I don't know. What do you mean by high value men? 6 figures, 6 feet, 6-pack abs, 6-inch number. No. Women, I don't know. Like, you see all this stuff on social media. It's just like they're just pushing a thing because they know it's going to trigger guys and they're going to get views and they can make women look bad. But honestly, no. From my experience, women are not that choosy. Honestly, they're not. Works with good-looking men too. Okay. Hair tutorial. Yeah, that's funny. Steph Blurry. That's a funny username. Like a lot. I like that. Steph Blurry, guys. But yeah, no, I don't know. Dating is hard until you figure it out, and then it becomes easy. That's what I've noticed. At least that's been my experience. My lane is online dating because I honestly don't go out to bars and shit like that. I'm not that kind of person. And that's what worked out for me. So they are picky. I'm very picky. Yeah, women are picky, but you can still figure women out. And you can find your lane. I think you can find your lane, folks. You can find your lane. There's going to be a certain demographic of women who are into you, I think. And if you are into them too, then you're good. be honest, how influential was Jeff Hardy to the younger you? I don't know who Jeff Hardy is. You have to love yourself first. I guess. You definitely have to market yourself. And maybe to market yourself, you have to love yourself first, as a dude, at least, because that's essentially what you're doing. Um, yeah, that's what you're doing. You're selling yourself when you're dating. So I guess you kind of have to love yourself if you're going to sell yourself, because it's hard to sell something you don't really love or you don't believe in. So maybe there is some wisdom here, sure. Like you do have to sort of like yourself, possibly even love yourself to be able to sell you to other people. If you don't love yourself, then how can you expect other people? You know, maybe there is some wisdom there. I don't like online dating because people be scammers. I guess that happened. Here's the thing, yeah, when you do meet up with a girl from online dating, expect a 1 to 2 point drop when you meet her in person. Yeah, girls are too good at taking pictures. They're too good. And the apps sort of like are incentivized to screw everyone over because they have an incentive to keep people on the platform. Which is funny because like the people they tend to screw over the most are the dudes who are actually paying for these memberships, you know? It's like, hey, look at all these people we have in your area that you could possibly be matched to if you pay this fee. And it's all just a fucking hustle. And so that's the one thing about online dating you gotta be wary about. They are trying to make money off of you, which is the whole incentives problem of it all. Which I thought it would be interesting if there was a dating app centered around Instagram, because that's how a lot of people are, at least younger people, are meeting these days. They slide into DMs. So I was thinking, like, what if there was an app that basically let you do this whole swiping feature of people who join the platform in your area, and then once you guys do match, then it's on you as the dude to make the first move on Instagram. So it's send you a link to her DM, and then you can send DM if you guys match. And so like you don't have to worry about posting the messaging or any of that stuff. And you know everyone's real because they came from Instagram, which Instagram does the screening. And I think that'd be cool. And I was going to call it DM dating. But it's a two-sided marketplace problem. You got to get men and women on the platform. And I know it's a tough problem to solve. But do you have a Tinder membership? No, I'm not on dating apps. I'm not on dating apps. I don't like online dating. I'm engaged. Yeah. Yes, it's a hustle. Even phone chat lines are a hustle. Chat lines. You mean like the sex line things that? Yeah. Engaged. So this just was my experience. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. 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 So. Thanks. I don't know. Congratulations. Is it really? I don't know. Okay, cool, I guess. Yeah, but the game I have is still useful for you guys. Yeah. Also, clout helps. Clout helps. So it's weird, it's dumb, but yeah, having a little bit of clout on social media can help you. Gives you a little more credibility, I think, somehow for some girls. But I don't know if you'd want to date the girls who are into that. But definitely, you can run your numbers up if you want to that way. You did something right. No, see, bad attitude, bro. That is not the attitude you should be thinking of. Like you did something right. No, that's not the way to look at it. No, not about that. I really don't need to go on that track right now. But no, that's not the way to see it. But okay. You did something right. Okay. Man, I don't know. People, for whatever reason, think like women's judgment of men, or at least their approval or situation or relationship status means a lot. I totally disagree with that shit. It's like it shouldn't matter. It's just like, oh, you're safer now because woman's in your life. Huh? I don't know, man. That is just giving way too much value to the state of your relation. I don't know. It's just weird for me. I know a lot of dudes act that way too, and a lot of women treat it that way, but it's not that way for me. So yeah, it is what it is. Like the whole happy wife, happy life thing too. A lot of men believe that shit. I'm not about that shit at all. Like I have some controversial takes on this stuff, which is why it still surprises me that I have somewhat of a female audience. Definitely not the majority, but sizable enough to be like, how does that make sense? All the stuff you've said. It's like, yeah, it's weird, man. It's weird. But I think what people like is honesty. And you notice like a lot of people on social media are not honest. They tell you what you want to hear, and it feels good. But when it comes to actual results, you compare it to the real world, you're like, it doesn't really work out. So that's what it's about. Um, yeah. Oh man, it's 12:27. Shit. Okay, it's kind of late. I'm at 8%. But if you guys have anything else on your mind, leave it in the chat real quick. I think I'll give it another 5 minutes, and I'll be off. It's a smile for you. Cool. Thank you. Yeah. Ravy creator. Okay. Your goal is to get to 19K. Houston. Hey, fellow Texan. Can I count myself as a Texan if I've only been here for 9 months? I'm in Austin. Cool. Yeah. No. Okay. Exactly. Like I don't even eat Texas food. I don't own a cowboy hat yet. That's or a cowboy boots. I feel like I got those before I call myself a Texan. You know, like howdy, it's like partner. But Austin is weird though, so it's not really that bad. Give it a year. All right, I'll give it a year before I start calling myself a Texan. Be like, we do everything here big. It's like EA Sports, big. Everything here is big. People have big trucks. I don't understand the driving here. People, for whatever reason, they're following distance. They like to tailgate like a motherfucker. I don't know why. It's just like, where are you rushing to, bro? Don't you see the traffic ahead of me? There's, are you a doctor? I'm not a doctor. God, you're the third person. Third person to think I was a doctor in this street. 1 an hour, that's my rate. Once an hour, someone will ask me if I'm a doctor. But maybe I'll get a lab coat and just pretend to be one and then give fake medical advice with a caveat. What made you move to Austin? I got tired of California, and my brother said good things about Texas. He lives in San Antonio. Originally, I was in Dallas, and then I didn't really like the vibe, and then moved to Austin. I think I like it better. I haven't been to Houston. People seem to enjoy Houston, but like it's kind of dangerous there, isn't it? My brother had this story where he was at a gas station or whatever, and somehow shots were exchanged, but between two different camps of people or something, and they were like in the middle of the crossfire. I was like, yeah, I've never heard that ever happening anywhere else. And then also like some weird stuff like barbershops that also have happy endings. I was just like, what? That's not a thing. Apparently it is, guys. If you want to get your hair cut and then also get a release, there's places in Houston apparently. Like it's wild. I honestly I have a hard time believing that to be true. But yeah, that's what people who live there say. Yeah, I don't know. But shout out to HTX, whatever. What kind of content do you make? Um, Painting, I would assume, just based on the emoji. Everyone, get her to 19K. Give her a follow. It'd be cool if like you could do like on Twitch where you can raid people's streams. It'd be cool if you can give streams to or give followers to other people. Like, hey, I like this person. Follow them and like push a bunch of your audience that way. That'd be cool. I would totally be giving follows everywhere. Not that follow account matters. I mean, you should know this if you're a creator. Like every piece of media counts for itself. Just because you have followers does not mean you're guaranteed views, and it is what it is. So, yeah. it's the tough game of being a content creator. I know it. I know it well, and it's a tough one for sure. As you're a painter, like my vibe, cool. Yeah. Near or far, I like your glasses. Cool. Yeah. These are cool. Do you wear glasses? If you are interested, there's a website I get it from. I added these silver dots on there though. These are magnets that I put on there. Yes, as any optical has the Black Friday style. That's where I got these frames from. Any more crazy takes to share today? No, I think I'm good on crazy takes today. If you have one, Mo, please share it. Why did you? Because these glasses, these frames I bought, come with like these shades that you can clip on, but they have this like metal bridge for the shades that basically snap in here. I don't like that because you have to carry it, and it's a delicate piece of hardware. And so I took the bridge off, so I had two separate lenses of sunglasses that, and I put magnets on those corresponding pieces. So whenever I go out, sun, whatever, I just clip them on and they stick automatically. And then when I'm back indoors, I can take them off and stack them and put it in my pocket without worrying about breaking them. So that's why magnets are there. Yeah, I know it's dope. I think it's dope. I don't know. All the things I make, I think are dope, but you know, a lot of people, I don't know, they just don't see the vision. You're a creative, so you get it, but your average person, you know this. The average person does not understand what the experience of creating something, especially when you're really passionate about it, and then putting it out in the world, sharing it with other people, and then not getting the reception, which can often happen when you're creative. It sucks. Nobody actually likes avocado. Everybody likes guacamole, so I don't know. I don't know. That's so maybe they do. Maybe they do. But yeah. Any last minute questions or comments? I'm gonna be getting off the stream. And yeah. Anything before I end? I've been doing this for 3 hours, 11 minutes. That's crazy. I'm gonna try. I always promise to do this more often during the week, but I never get around to it. I'm gonna do it earlier in the week. But you know, holiday season's coming up, so I don't know if that's gonna make sense. All right, good night, Mom. Let me say good night to everybody. Let me tuck you guys in bed real quick. Spicy Scorpio. Thanks for watching, Jackie. You didn't say much, but it was nice seeing you watching this. Or maybe you're asleep. Maybe you're the person who like joins streams and falls asleep. Sexy Eyes 2000. Okay. It's nice talking with you, Reggie, one Reg, and nice to see you all. Good night, everyone. Good night. Bye. Let me actually end on YouTube and Twitch first. I stream there too, by the way.